Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And we come another week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, to proclaim the downfall of this country, this wicked kingdom in which you call America, as the Bible calls it Babylon the Great, or the virgin daughter of Babylon, a modern day Nineveh, modern day spiritually Sodom and Egypt, to tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who consist of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, that the Lord is coming back to save a remnant, 144,000 and 1/3. So 12,000 out of each of the 12 tribes, in that multitude, man. And understanding that the times that we're in, this is now the time to what? As the scriptures say, now is the high time to awake out of sleep, man. Because prophecies are happening. The rest of the world is partying, the rest of America is partying and worried about the Super Bowl when you have turmoil and rumors of wars happening everywhere in the world, man. You have Russia on the borders of Ukraine, man, which means what? The drums of war are beating, and that's the time, and this is really the time of the seasons, man. See, before trouble always happens, the Roman Empire always had bread and circuses happening, so it could distract the people from the real issues, man. And nothing, as the scriptures say, nothing is new under the sun. So the same thing is happening today.
What you just quoted. Romans 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Yep, it says now, knowing the time, understanding the time. How do we understand the time? How do we dictate the times that we're in? By the prophecies of the scriptures, man. The scriptures tell us that what? The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And that what? He showeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. So what? We judge the current state that we're in by the book, by the word.
It says the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness.
It says, let us put off the works of darkness, man. The scriptures talk about what? Before you come into the truth, you have to kill off that old man, man. Which means what? His old deeds, his ways, to what? To be a renewed creature and be washed by the word and the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, because what? Wisdom dwelleth not in a malicious soul, man. It's, can you read the last part again?
Yeah, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness.
Yeah, it says, let us put on the armor of light, man. And we understand when we go into the book of Ephesians, the 6th chapter, it tells us how and what pieces of armor need to be equipped, man. You know, it says what? The breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, man, feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. All of these different pieces of armor are needed for us to be able to withstand in the evil day, as the scripture says, man.
It says, not in strife and envy, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Give not occasion unto the flesh, because what? We understand what? That battle, that eternal battle, as the scripture speaks, is between the spirit and the flesh, man. Meaning what? The carnality and the spirit. You know, because what your body, as Apostle Paul said, he said, that which I hate, that do I, man. He understood the eternal battle within yourself. Was conquering your temptations, man. Conquering the lust that you have in order to make sure that you're a clean vessel, unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because that's ultimately what it's about, man. And the times that we're coming into, when we go into Romans, the scriptures tell us that he made vessels unto honor and vessels unto dishonor, right? So these same vessels unto honor are the same ones that are tending unto the spirit and not giving in unto the carnal, man, and giving in to the flesh. While the vessels of dishonor are the ones that are completely wrapped inside the image of the beast, and are doing what? They don't care. However they feel, that's what they do.
Yeah, if I may add, you know, because we read it from the epistle to the church of Rome. Put yourself back into that time when Apostle Paul was in the ministry. We dealing with the Roman Empire. This was before, you know, it received that deadly wound. Before it went into exile. This is when they was at the prime of their empire.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of Roman festivities, a lot of Roman customs. and Jake was just sewn up in that shit, man.
Kind.
Jake was getting caught up in worshiping the Roman gods and idols, you know, worshiping Dionysus or what's the Roman one? Bacchus. Which is the god of grapes or the god of wine. They was doing all that, man. Getting involved in licentiousness, you know, sexual practices, whether it be revelries, which is better known as orgies. They was doing all that shit back in ancient Rome. They was involved in that, as well as you had the bread and circuses, like the brother mentioned. You know, where you had, you know, the Edomites, they formed the Colosseums, where they had the gladiators, you know, involved in the Olympics and the sports and entertainment. And the aristocrats of society, they got the ringside seats, like they do today. When they get front seats at courtside, at the court, or Super Bowl. So you already know it's gonna be some prominent dudes sitting in the front, down at the bottom, on the sideline and shit. So, like the brother quoted, there's no new thing under the sun.
It kind. And to land back on what you're saying as well, hey, when you watch these older shows, like they put in the time period of like the Romans, the Grecians, for example, we always bring up the Last Kingdom. It shows you exactly the mind state of these people back then. You just have to understand that it was Jake dwelling within these same lands that Edom was ruling. Hey, that's today, man. You know, so Jake.
And they're under a Gentile mind state.
Exactly.
That's where you get the Gentiles in the New Testament.
Yep.
There are Israelites in the Gentile mind state, being succumb under these other philosophies. You know, the Romans, the Greeks, Babylonians.
I'm gonna look up that word from verse 13, Romans 13 and 13. The word rioting, and the Greek word for rioting is komos, and it says in the definition, reveille, a carousal. And then down here it says, a nocturnal and riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus or some other deity, and sing and play before houses of male and female friends, hence used generally of feast and drinking parties that are protracted till late at night and indulge in revelry.
This is exactly the Super Bowl parties.
Super Bowl parties.
You know, after the Super Bowl, what they paraded? They got the parade, the Super Bowl parade, where the team goes in the big bus. Yeah, kind. You know, popping champagne and all that. People throwing beads. Well, this is exactly what the scriptures speak of. Yeah, get drunk, playing the music. Hey,
and that's another thing. We know that spirit of drunkenness is heavy in this society. People love to drink. They love to get, drunk. Put them spirits on
beyond measure. It's not just drink to you good. They want to drink till they lose control. You know, and let the demons take over.
You heard him say it. What's the point of drinking if I'm not blacking out? Hey, that's the same spirit of the Romans. That same spirit of the Grecians. Hey, like you said, the Babylonians. Hey, man, this is the world that we're living in, man. This is what happened when the wicked rose. This is the type of world and structure that takes place, man.
Yeah. That's why it says in Isaiah 60, the world is in gross darkness. Gross darkness covers the people, man. Just look at their behavior. You know what I'm saying? Just last night, there was all type of, parties going on because they're looking forward to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about what happened with Kodak Black. Nigga got into a scrap with some niggas and ended up getting shot, man.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be an Israelite. He's supposed to know that he from the tribe of Levi, but still getting involved in nigga shit. That shows you that it doesn't matter if you know that you're an Israelite. Any nigga can come to acknowledgement. That don't mean a damn thing. But being an Israelite is action oriented, man. He that is a Jew inwardly, that's what counts, man. Not just one that's outwardly, man. All right. Let me read that again, bro. Let me read verse 12 once again. It says, because I had another quick precept for you. Back in Romans 13, 13 and 12, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. And real quick, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4, it says, but brethren, it's like it, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You are all children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
The scriptures is bringing up what? That separation, man. Hey, because the scripture says what? We are holy, right? Holy unto the Lord thy power. Hey, that's separate, man. We're not in the same spirit as these modern day Babylonians, man. And that's the huge difference right there. Because what? If as long as you're stuck in this, as long as you're stuck basically worshiping the image of the beast, then you have absolutely no idea of what's happening outside, man. You don't understand that pestilence is coming. You don't see that that famine, hey, is here. Hey, it's only hasn't affected you yet, but famine is here, man. You know, martial law. Hey, all these troops that's moving, they're not only moving to these outside countries, man. Hey, U.S. has made sure they have set up stations like that video. I believe it was Jake in the airport, and she was like, "Oh, this land doesn't belong to America anymore." It's basically.
I think that was a hospital.
Oh, that was a hospital.
Yeah, I think in Utah.
Hey, basically, foreign troops are gonna come over here and they're gonna rule with Ricker, man. You know, that's all by design, though. But if you're not paying attention, if you're wrapped up in who dropping the next album, if you're wrapped up in who gonna win the Super Bowl, if that's where your mind is at, hey, well, the scripture tells us for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, man. So if your eye is focused on that, hey, you're gonna be destroyed. That's it for scripture, because it's way more important things that are gonna directly affect you, hey, than something that's gonna please your mind, man. You know, the Lord is bringing terror upon the earth. When we go into the book of Luke 12, what is it, 47, 49? It says that what? The Lord is kindling a fire, man. And what will it be? It's like the fire is sent upon the earth, and what will it be if it already be kindled, man? Meaning what?
He come to send fire.
Yeah, he come to send fire upon the earth. And what will it be if it be already kindled, man? Basically saying that what? The embers are already burning, man. All it takes is for something light to make it explode into a wildfire, man. And you people have no clue that it's about to happen. You're focused on the wrong things. And I'm not talking about everybody, talking directly and specifically to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Hey, because Esau is sending all of these things out to ultimately destroy you. He don't care about his own people, but he hates you, man. He hates you.
Let me read this last verse right here. It says, back in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 8, 7, it says, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. And that's Jake. Meaning spiritually they're drunken. They still, to this day, they don't know who they are. Here it is, the prophet's been out here for decades now, and Jake's still operating like heathens. You know? We're being called out of the world right now, because this world is getting ready to pass away. The fashion of this world is getting ready to pass away. All this shit is going to be dissolved, man. The sports and entertainment, all that shit is gonna go with this world, man. Super Bowl, your favorite football team. Oh, I'm with the Bengals. Oh no, the Rams got this. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with, you know, like, because even Apostle Paul, you could tell he kind of got into the sports, because he was using comparisons to it. Like when you read 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, he talks about he that runneth for race. You know, I don't fight. I don't fight as one that beateth the air. Uncertainty.
We wrestle not against. You know, we use the comparison of wrestling, because you know they did that in, you know, the Roman and Olympics and shit. You know.
Yeah. So that's not to say that you can't watch it for if you got a little time or whatever, but Jake, they put their whole spirit of vibration into it. It becomes borderline idolatrous. No, really, it does become idolatrous. Because that's why at the end of the night, the Bengal fans, if the Bengals lose, they're gonna get into scraps with the Ram fans. You already know it's gonna be a lot of fights, brawls. People gonna get drunk. They're gonna be busting bottles over each other's heads. Guns gonna come out. Niggas gonna get the bucking. You already know. It already started last night.
Yeah.
So you already know tonight's gonna be the same shit, man.
To land back off what you're saying, I looked up the word fanatic in the online Edom. It says fanatic, a noun, 1520s. It says insane person, mad, inspired by a god, furious, mad, pertaining to a temple, because like they worship these players. You know, hey, Jake will have a whole house. It's like a whole room dedicated to what? To some what's a team that Jake like? The Cowboys or something, man. They'll have a whole room dedicated to the Cowboys, man.
They cups.
Yeah.
Cups.
You know, cups, jerseys, man. They got the
flags.
They car on their cars.
Get their names tatted on them.
Hey, I've seen Jordan and different other people. Speaking of sports figures that. Now, Salaki, it made me think about a video. I think it was on a campaign chat not long ago. He was like, "Man, this means something to me, man." Like talking about his team. Dude was crying. I think because the team lost. I don't know what the situation was, but you could tell he was caught up in that sports world. You get too deep in that, watching all the Stephen A videos and all the debates, you get caught up in it. And people really be feeling a certain way about it.
What was the god of victory?
Nike.
Nike.
Yeah. Here you go.
Jake go what? Jake go look up the stats. You know, they know players' heights, weights, birthdays. You know, who they married to and shit.
Yeah.
You know, they get personal with this stuff, man.
Put that money on them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, hey, so and so gonna go first round this year. You ain't heard about him? He in high school right now, but hey, he picking these top 3 colleges. That's what Jake really gets into, man. And that becomes what they start worshiping. You know, that's all they see. They can't see out of it. That's their life.
I don't know if it was the word worship, but it basically is what you begin to put your devotion and your energy towards.
That's the religion.
That becomes a religion.
Yeah, it says pertaining to a temple, festus. It says go into the word feast.
Oh, real quick. Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart."
It says better to go to the house of mourning. Why? Because when you're in the house of mourning, hey, for example, if you're in the mind state of thinking and understanding that, hey, you could be put in the worst position, hey, but understanding that Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to bring you out of it, hey, well, that's you prepping your mind for the things to come. But if you always have it in your mind that, oh, I'm worried about partying, I'm worried about bullshit, well, when the horrible event happens, guess what? You're caught off guard because you weren't warned, man. You weren't forewarned. That's why the scripture goes into an hour. I believe it's in the book of Sirach. It says an hour of affliction, making the man forget pleasure. You know, because that's the truth, man. Once you're in the deep of the hell, guess what? You're not worried about. You know, once you're in the thick of it, and you're not worried about this woman no more. You're not worried about go celebrating this and doing that bullshit, man. You're worried about, okay, what I gotta do to survive. But at that point, it's too late. Because ultimately, if you're not on the, if Yahweh Shemel Shai isn't on your side, hey, you ain't gonna make it through. You know? So I'm gonna go to the word feast. It says feast off of fanatic, secular celebration with feasting and entertainment, religious anniversary. It's like an anniversary characterized by rejoicing rather than fasting. That's crazy to say it. Hey, cause what? Understand that fasting tends into the spirit. Hey, for you to grow, man. Cause what? You're cutting off the physical act of eating in order to grow spiritually, man. Hey, it's like mortifying your members, right?
Afflicting your spirit.
Exactly. It says religious festival, holiday, market, fair, noise, a racket, jest, and fun. Hey, which that's not the times that we're into, man. Hey, when you go into the book of Ecclesiastes 3, it tells us there's a time of war and a time of peace. Hey, right now we're not in the time of peace, man. This is the time of war and the time of hate. Hey, because that's what your enemy is giving towards you.
Yeah, he trying to kill man. He trying to kill you off, man. He's trying to take you off the game.
Yeah, he trying to enslave you in the metaverse.
Man. He want to slave trade you in the metaverse, man. So no matter where you go, even virtually, you under the curse, man. Even virtually, man. It's not our rest at all. Arise you in the park, for this is not your rest.
God, Esau got a thing. It just happened on me and the brother Paul was talking about it. He has basically like a link. You know how you got the NFTs and all that. Hey, well, he's created something called a meta slave, man. Well, basically they're selling pictures of Jake, and they're gonna have them as slaves in the metaverse.
Yeah, the NFT is basically digital art.
Kind. Yeah. What else?
I got a free. Someone has them.
Kind. That's pretty much it on
so-
this.
1 Peter 4:1, it says, "For as much then as a Mashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries." That's
going on right now.
going on today.
Super Bowl parties, all that shit.
And then you're about to have so-called Valentine's tomorrow, which goes back to Lupercalia. That's another Roman god, a Roman god of purification, I think, or something to that effect. You know, showing you that we back in Rome. This is Rome all over again. Spiritually.
And you know they at least got to push these holidays so hard because the world is falling apart. So they got to keep these people's minds in a state of delusion, man. You know, delusion in these holidays.
Kind. As long as they feel comfortable, then they feel as if it's no problem. They don't feel like nothing is wrong, man. Like you're in a trick bag ultimately, because Esau is devising all different types of wickedness to entrap you, and you focused on a pigskin being thrown around, man, or getting your girl some flowers.
It wasn't crack supposed to be the worst thing ever in history to our people, but now the president giving it out.
Yeah, they're giving out the kits.
The pipes.
You gotta make your own crack, but here go the pipes.
Yeah, he's giving out like $400,000 grants that total up to like 30 million, 35 million.
Toward that.
Yeah, towards crack pipes.
Maybe he thought about his own son when he thought about that.
Right.
Crackhead hunter.
Crack pipes, they use it for meth.
Yeah.
You know, and they use the excuse like they don't want some fucking shit. I read it.
Equity or something.
Something about equality.
Racial equality.
Racial equality.
But they don't want the
spread of disease.
The spread disease, shit like that. It's like,
And then when people sharing crack pipes and needles.
Hey, like you said, bro, the devil always got an ulterior motive, man. What type of fucking leader is gonna give his person or give his nation, you know, a catalyst in order to fuck themselves up, man? It's only in this society will you have that happen, man.
why not spend that money and those resources to help those people get off drugs or put them in programs? What do? They just basically giving you a slower death. Let me help you. Let me help you kill yourself.
Come on, bro.
That's what this devil's doing. Yeah. But our people, they run to this damn devil for everything. One of all things. They, you know, Esau got the answers. Esau don't know shit. Esau can't even get himself out of the trick bag that he's in with the Most High. You know? I got a pre. If someone had them.
Okay.
It's Sirach 10 and no, read yours, bro. I think mine's in 14. So
Go ahead.
this is Sirach 14 and 7. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna get 5. Now I want to point 7.
Okay.
He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Yeah.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and that is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth unwillingly.
Right. The scripture says if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, man. Because why? Hey, Esau never does anything, hey, to benefit anyone else, man. It's all to make sure that he continues to have that edge and that rank over you. Something like this, hey, the average person will look at it and be like, oh, well, you know, he's trying to make sure that diseases don't spread. Hey, but when you look at it spiritually, he don't care what they go through, man. He hopes more and more death happens to him. That's why he's giving them the tools to kill themselves. Only a devil would do that, man. Hey, because we understand that this devil, his one of his main goals is to depopulate.
And he's killing it. He's killing off his own.
Yeah.
He's being wicked, killing off his own. And it's no coincidence that they're trying to put you Israelites back on crack and all these other drugs. At the same time, their race is bugging out over opioids.
Yeah.
You know? But Esau's trying to balance it out. Like, you don't get these niggas back on crack while our people are dying off. It don't work like that. These curses is coming upon you and your people. And you can't do shit about it. I'll finish this verse.
Okay.
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah.
And he gonna see what Esau is all about when it's all said and done. You're gonna see that all his witchcraft and wicked devices that he put forth to seem like something righteous and good for you is nothing but to destroy you at the end of the day.
I just really got to as well. Go ahead, bro.
I was just, you know, before we left the old man, you know, we used to be addicted to a lot of things, you know, women, whatever something. But if there's a real addiction, you know, like it says in the Ecclesiasticus, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's the intro of the Ecclesiasticus where it says, was drawn on also him to write something pertaining to learning and wisdom, to intent that those which are desirous to learn and are addicted to these things. You know? I mean, this should be the real addiction. Nothing got me out of whatever we were addicted to before, you know what I'm saying?
God.
But, this is our addiction.
Call the chapter. The chapter.
It was in the prologue.
It was in the prologue. It was in the prologue. Okay.
Prologue, that's right.
Yeah, that's a good. That was good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
This should be your only addiction.
Because we spoke about your eye. We spoke about your eye being single, man. That means what? Focused. You know? Hey, Sophia is our first woman. We're lovers of wisdom. What is that word? Lovers of wisdom. What's the main word of it?
Sophia.
Is it Sophia?
Lover.
Yeah, kind. Sophia. It is Sophia. Yeah, lover of wisdom, man. That's exactly what we are.
It's like philosophy.
Philosophy. That's what it
Philosophy
is.
means
Kind.
love of wisdom. Sophia just means wisdom.
Yeah,
Right.
philosophy. That's what it is. Yeah, man, we're lovers of wisdom. Understanding that being addicted to this, hey, this is not a bad addiction, man.
It's really lovers of truth, because that's what we're seeking, and that's what we're proclaiming, the truth. You know, it's not our opinion. It's the truth of Yahweh Shemel Shah, our power and His only begotten Son. You know, everyone, if it wasn't the truth, it would be a lie. You know, and we've been lied to our whole fucking lives by this devil. All right, and their witchcraft, their school system, everything has been a lie. So once you hear this truth, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like, what? We the Israelites? I'm not black. You know, I'm not Mexican. I'm not Latino. You like, damn. You know, and then you want to, when you find out this wisdom, then you want to search more and dig deeper into it. You know?
Scripture saying Proverbs 1, a wise man will attain unto wise counsel. You know?
Can I get this real quick? This is Proverbs, real quick. Proverbs 5 and verse 9. And it says, Proverbs 5 and 19, it says, let her be as the loving hind and pleasant rope. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love.
Hey, kind.
In other words, be addicted to it.
Bro, Jake reading it be like,
That's talking about wisdom, man.
kind.
Wisdom, yeah. The way you obsess over a woman, obsess yourself with this wisdom.
Kind.
This is an addiction.
That's right. That's right.
The world, they're addicted to witchcraft. Yeah. They're addicted to fleshly pleasure. Yeah. You know? That's why it says that in Romans the 8th chapter. He that minded things of the flesh, he that minded things of the flesh versus
They that are after the flesh.
They that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, and those after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, the spirit.
God, hey, Jake in the world, they think that, they'll think it's talking about an actual woman, man. Oh, you know what, the breast and all that. Well, no, the scriptures talk about how precious, and we understand that wisdom was the first woman, man. Hey, and multiple times in the scriptures when it's saying she, for example, when we go back to Proverbs 1, it says, For wisdom cried in the chief place of concourse, or slacking. When you go into Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's 5 or 7. It says, for she is the breath of the Most High.
6.
6. It says, for she is the breath of the Most High. Wisdom is more moving than emotion.
6, 7, 8.
Let's do that whole
Yeah,
5, 6, 7, 8 is
chapter
all
6
up in there.
through like 8.
Yep. That's going into wisdom, man. For I desired her before. Hey, grab that. Yeah.
6.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 21. It says, if
You
you're
should honestly start up at like 12.
Okay.
that's what I had highlighted.
Start at 12.
Go ahead. Start at 12.
It says, I'll start at 11.
The whole chapter goes.
Yeah.
But,
Chapter 6.
yeah, 6 chapter.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 11. It says, wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and
Set
ye...
your affection.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody look up that word. Because it says that in what? Colossians 3, set your affection on the things above and not on the things of the earth.
It says affection, the desire, the inclination, the wish, intention, and emotion of the mind, passion,
Passion,
attraction.
your attraction. Yeah.
A zealous attachment.
I said a zealous attachment. Basically, you're fervent about it, man. You're so fervent to the point you so on fire about it that when you see others that's defiling it, now you own them.
Defending the gospel.
Because you defending the word, man. You know? Some dudes, they be bugging, they trip out how devoted to this thing we are, especially like the Christians, man. They be like, wow, these dudes are they're very devoted, you know? Yeah, man, it's about faith at the end of the day, man. You know? We go back at it with these other guys when they going off in the doctrine. Hey, that's because we on fire for this thing, man. And a lot of these dudes, they confuse our passion with hatred. No, it's just we have passion for this thing, man. That was it.
It says, wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. It says, wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yet she is easily seen of them that love her.
That's why I like to use that one, because it talks about wisdom and then it refers to her as she in the same verse.
It says, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. She prevented them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them.
It says she prevented them that seek of her. You know, because you guys men that actually try to seek it and still can't find it. You know? You got dudes that come in the wrong spirit and try to, you know, receive it. They wonder why it's not being received. It's because the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit. Yep.
It's Matthew 13 and 17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them.
I mean, and that's going into how the prophets of old that testified of Yahweh and the things that he would come to do. They wasn't around to see that, but they're blessed to be in that time to witness those things. You know? But yeah, that's what pretty much that's going into.
Yeah, if you try to get at a nice girl in the wrong way, she gonna send you packing, man. She gonna send you, hey, I ain't with that. I'm not that kind of girl.
Yeah.
You know. So you gotta approach.
Especially she's a no nonsense woman.
Yeah.
Like don't play with me. Don't play with my time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Something like this.
Because how do you attain to her? By leisure. Leisure meaning time to read, to study. You got to spend time with her, man. And when you do, your fleshly woman gonna get a little envious. That's how you know you spending time with her. Because your other woman, she's jealous.
Are you always reading? You always just listening to the videos?
You're always watching the videos.
What time you coming to bed?
You're always with them brothers. And,
Everything you talk about is all about the Bible. Why are you so negative?
We all heard that one.
That's real. Because in her is found lamentation, mourning, and woe. That's why. That's why.
That's real.
Yeah, man.
As you were going into the people, how they can't get it, how they can't receive the knowledge. Wisdom of Solomon 1:4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. Yep. I got another pre real quick because you just talked on leisure time. Sirach 38:24. The wisdom of learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. And he that have little business shall become wise, meaning little business in this world. You know, you mortify your members.
There it is. And you start to grow. You spend more time with this and away from this world. And spiritually, you're growing, man. You're building in the spirit. Because what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to be edifying one another. Yeah. The church is being built, so we're growing. You know, it's coming to the point where brothers are separate. Like we're completely detached from all this, man. We're above this shit, man. This world, this shit that this modern world has to offer, we're above this shit, man. Even these celebrities and entertainers that got it like that in this world, we're above them in the spirit, man. Yeah. All this shit, it's all getting ready to go. But what do we have? We got treasures that are built that are stored in heaven.
We seek new heaven and new earth.
New heaven and a new earth.
Righteousness. Yeah.
And this is something that's everlasting. It doesn't have an expiration date on it. It's not going to make wings and fly away. It's not something that thieves can break through and steal. This is for eternity, man.
John 8:22. Then said the Jews, will he kill himself because he said, whether I go, he cannot come? And he said unto them, ye are from beneath, I am from above. Ye are of this world, I am not of this world.
Yeah, that's the words of Yahweh side, man. Y'all of this world, y'all of this realm, man. You know, Rome is as good as it gets with you.
Yeah. This is as far as they can see.
Yahweh Shai was of a different abode, man. You know? So it's about growth. Spiritually maturing in this thing, man. Seeing far past the things of this world and the things of the flesh. Though we are in the flesh and we still have to, live in this world, man. You know? You had something else?
I had another prayer.
Yes.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 17. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So the more the brother was talking about, if you grow in the spirit, you're going to increase sorrows. You're going to, we can see this world for what it is. These other niggas can't. We see that the folly, the bullshit, the brothers is fed up. We're like, fuck, we got to go to work. Got to pay this bill. Fuck, I ain't got enough money for this. We get fed up with this shit. These niggas out here that don't have eyes to see, they think this is it. They think that this is life. This is living. We looking for something better. And the more you grow in wisdom and you increase in the spirit, the more sorrow you're going to get. The more you're going to hate and despise this place. You're going to hate and despise our own people. You're going to hate and despise this devil Esau even more and more.
Because so-called holidays and weekends are enough for Jake. that satisfies them until the next week to come. They're appeased by that. It's like, oh well, you know,
Hey, Jake
Friday
is
coming up,
Really
Friday
appeased
night.
by a 3-day weekend.
Yeah,
Oh,
3-day
man.
weekend. You can't tell a nigga nothing, man.
What?
He know this is the kingdom, man.
Hey, tax season is here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jay waiting for that stimulus, you know, that fat tax return, you know.
Yeah. So they can return that money right back to the corporations.
Got it.
Yeah, they end up waiting to get that lipo, that BBL,
Yeah, the PP.
you know. Some stupid shit.
Folly said great dignity, man.
Can I get that precept one more time?
Ecclesiastes
For it,
1 and 17. We both.
yeah, please.
And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
Because a lot of people are so attached to their flesh in this world, they don't want to make the tough decision of making the wise choice every time, because you don't get to make that fleshly appeasing choice. And that's when it becomes tough, because your flesh wants to make that good feeling choice, but the wisdom through your mind, through your spirit, knows that you got to make that wise decision. You know, and especially in this life, when everything is catered to your flesh and how you feel, an Epicurean, you know, type spirit. So it's hard to make those choices of not going with this chick that's, you know, going out with the chick and spending time with her, but sitting in the house alone or whatever, in the closet, praying and fasting and doing certain things that are better for your spirit. It makes it much more difficult. So just correlating back to that wisdom versus the spirit, it makes it's tough for a lot of people. But unless you're addicted to this, and addicted to learning the right ways and the wise ways of the scriptures, man. Y'all got it.
That was it.
I still have a little more wisdom.
And can I get this real quick? Back in Ecclesiastes 7, at verse 4, it says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Plain, man. Heart
why
of fools in the house of mourning, man. Hey, meaning what? Hey, we have on the sackcloth. You know, we're preparing for the difficulties ahead, man. We understand the scriptures say through much tribulation, hey, shall we enter into the kingdom. Hey, that goes for the elect, man. So imagine, hey, everyone else, you know? And it
Hey,
says,
everybody in this world is living a lie, man. You know, their whole life is just a lie. You know? That's all it is.
They living a lie, but all these niggas talk about how real they are and how, you know, down and, you know, I'm solid and all that. Nigga, you been living a lie. You living a lie.
That's all it is.
hey, if you're an Israelite within this kingdom, man, you going through hell, man. It don't matter what level you on. That nigga Jay-Z ain't free just because he got a couple million. Hey, he's still under the curses, man. Hey, and really, he's a bigger slave unto Esau.
The things he has to do behind closed doors, you know?
You figure after your first 100 million, why do you gotta work anymore?
Yeah.
Right? This nigga still has to go in and punch in or wherever, Def Jam office, wherever this nigga work, do interviews, do appearances that shows you this nigga's not free. That's life to a nigga. Yeah. That's living it up. That's like, what? I can't do, I got it made.
He made it.
That nigga's at the top, right? That ain't shit, man.
Probably a rental. Anyway.
I want to real quick, because you mentioned sackcloth, right? The attire that the ancient prophets wore were sackcloth, and the word is sackos, and in the definition it says a garment of light material and clinging to the person like a sack, which was wont to be worn or drawn over the tunic instead of the cloak or mantle by mourners, penitents, suppliants, and also by those who, like the Hebrew prophets, led an austere life.
Yeah, austere life is a serious one devoted to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Hey, because really, hey, Esau, he's gonna, in the time of persecution, Esau is gonna be, you know, trying to bring up things and which brothers do, but when they really take a look at our lives, hey man, we're studying. You know, we study, we go to work, if brothers got kids or women, hey, we deal with them. Hey, we don't really, it's not as fantastic as he may think, man.
God,
We
man.
live plain lives, man.
Hey, he's gonna try to accuse us, but if we're doing the right thing in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we're gonna be found innocent,
Yep, blameless.
blameless.
Kind.
You know?
We're stuck on the word, man. Hey, we're addicted unto the word. That's it. Majority of our time, man, we're studying, doing lessons, hey, talking to brothers. That's it, man. We're serious minded about this. There is no plan B. Or hey, if you say it's a plan B, well, plan B is to make plan A work, man. No?
Brother, he had his precept
Kind.
right.
Two quick ones just to tie it in. You know, we've been separated. We separated from this world.
Yep.
It's James chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High,
Right.
meaning hatred. It says, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Got another quick one. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7.
Because if you're a friend of the world, that means you accept the ways of Satan. Because the world is given into the hands of the wicked. So by default, instead of emulating the image that the Heavenly Father made you in the likeness of, which is of himself, you're emulating the image of the beast.
Yeah.
Basically worshiping another god.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you outside? How about you outside? Say jealous power.
That's why the people of this world hate the Most High. They hate him.
How much more this prophet? Then,
Huh? It's a spirit of anti-Messiah in the earth. That's why if you try to stand on any righteous principle or morals, you're ostracized. You make yourself a prey. They'll tear you down in the system.
Cancel.
Yeah,
Cancel you.
counsel you, man. They counsel Yahushai, man.
cancel culture.
Yeah. They counseled the prophets. They counseled the apostles. They counseled Yahushai, man.
They literally canceled. Remember when they who was it that expelled all the Jews from
Claudius Caesar.
Claudius Caesar? Yeah,
You literally counsel.
literally canceled
When he
Who
banished
teaching, yeah.
the prophets, the men of the Lord.
It's making a big disturbance when they were teaching the word in Rome.
Hey, the Lord was spiritually crucified in this place, you know? Spiritually Sodom and Egypt, you know?
Yeah.
Love the world will love his own.
They etched out the Messiah in this place.
You got it.
Revelation 11 and 8. Their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, kind. We understand that it doesn't mean that Yahushua was physically crucified here. Hey, but what he stood for, the morals, the values, hey, backed by the scriptures, hey, they're crucified here. His image was crucified here, man. So that is him.
Crucified means to
Exile,
exile.
kind. So that did happen to him, man, in spiritual Sodom and Egypt.
And they replaced him with a homo,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah. This guy.
They replaced him with this guy.
Where he at? Where that faggot at, man?
Don't worry about it.
Here he is.
Anybody watching that, they
This
get
Mo
edified.
right here, man. With him, it's liberalism. You know, you can come as thou art. You know.
Oh yeah.
And you could be a gay pastor.
Yeah,
Transgender pastor.
Yeah, you got transgender, lesbian, you know, all type of pastors. You got gay Bibles.
Yeah, this guy's waiting with open arms, you know?
And he accepts you.
Yeah.
So that's you're crucifying the real Messiah. He didn't come to stand for that shit, man. That's not what he died for. You know? He shed his blood for the remission of sins, man. And now that your sins have been remitted, now you gotta walk holy. Hear that the name of the Lord depart from iniquity, man. Not continue in the shit.
Anyone that is dead from sin, how can they walk any longer therein?
Come on, man. So they took his image and they crucified him, man. And this is what they turned it into. And this gave these devils more power, man.
Through the imagery.
Through the image.
Because when you see that man, you see that image, you automatically, Esau's programmed our people through their plantation Christianity, through, you know, they see that image, they think of Jesus. So I can't do anything to this white man because he's the image of the Messiah. You know, that's why.
Savior.
That's why when these Edomites shoot up churches and kill a bunch of niggas, the Bible says the reporters come. So do you forgive him? And what does Jake say? Oh yeah, I forgive him.
Dylan Roof.
Dylan Roof, the other one in the nigga the Edomite that shot the nigga sitting in his house.
Yeah.
Amy something.
the female,
whatever.
The
Come on,
brother
man.
forgave.
But that's the psychological warfare this devil has done to our people. They see Jesus even in the so-called black church. You see the statue with white Jesus up there. Yeah. It's an all Jake church. What is it? Whether it's
100% black members.
Yeah,
of the church.
Methodist, Baptist,
Koji.
and what they got up there? Edomite Jesus.
Yeah, or they might have the same picture, but fucking
Dark.
brown.
Yeah.
Going off.
Same picture. Nothing like he's described in the book of Revelations, the first chapter.
You see when they do the dark skin, they don't put him with the white hair either.
Right.
They always keep the same stringy hair, but they'll darken the hair.
Same little weak ass goatee.
Yep.
That shit hella weak,
But
man.
at least over there in Russia, they still got the icons
Right.
of the true depictions.
Right.
They got all of the Israelites, the apostles, some of Moses, some of the prophets. They got them as like dark, super dark with afros. The angels, dark with wings. So now it all goes back to this damn devil, man. Let me get this real quick. Revelation 13, at verse 5, it says, "And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwelt in heaven." You know, he opened up his mouth and said, "We're the Most High. I'm the son of the Most High. The angels are so-called white people.
Yes.
You know,
We're the chosen.
we're the chosen.
All the prophets, all the prominent figures in the Bible, Moses, Noah, all were so-called white people, and our people believed it. Our people didn't. Let's look in the book. What does the book say? They said, well, the devil Esau says it. Well, it got to be right. The so-called biblical scholars said, well, it got to be right. Our people, the scripture says in what Isaiah in the first chapter, they do not consider. They just go along and get along with what the fuck this devil tells them.
Yeah,
I got it.
because they're under strong delusion, man.
Yep.
And it says, even he who's coming is after the workings of Satan. You know, this man got so much authority and control over the minds of our people. This motherfucker tell you when to cover your face and
take it
when
off.
to take it off. Right.
He said, "Okay, I'll let you breathe
He
a
told you,
little
all right,
bit."
I'll let y'all. Hey, y'all can go on y'all cigarette break.
Yep.
Have y'all lunch break. Motherfuckers like, nope. I'm scared. I don't want to. I'm gonna keep my mask on. I'm gonna do as I'm told. You know.
Yes, master.
Yes, master. I'm no. You sure, master? Nah, I don't feel comfortable, master. I'm gonna leave my mask on.
What he say? Is we hungry? Is we hungry?
Yeah.
Is we sick?
Yeah, man. That's how much power this devil has over you people, man. Go ahead.
Because 1 Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. You know, hey, basically what goes into iconoclasm, man.
Yeah.
You know, which is the changing of the faces, of the judges. You know, a painting, which was done by what Michelangelo, Leonardo, all of them are Ninja Turtles, man.
I get out, give me some more.
All of them Ninja Turtles.
Job 9:24.
Yep.
Covered the faces of the judges.
Yep.
If not, who?
If not where
Who is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's evidence is that his face and skin color is on the image. How'd that get there? That's not what the Bible says.
Like his pops made a point a while ago. It's like if you go into someone's house and this is your house, and they take all the pictures and images of you down and put their images up, when you walk into their house, you're gonna think that that's at their house. That's what they did with the truth. That's what they did with the Bible. They put all their pictures up, put all their statues, tore down the statues of the during the Byzantine Empire, the Middle Ages, Dark Ages, and put up their images. That's what the whole
Chop noses off.
Chop noses off. That's what the whole Renaissance was about. You know?
They bleached the
Paintings.
they had the frescoes.
Yeah.
The mosaics. They basically they lighten the images. They lighten the color. Color in the images.
And that's the ones that
whitewashed.
And that's the ones that they could get to because man, Jacob was at they had the images of the prophets and the Messiah all over Europe during that time, Russia too. But what they did to a lot of them, they just tore down the damn churches. They just demolished them. But they couldn't demolish all of them.
I got something. Revelation 21, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And that goes into, Esau, he got kicked up into the, Caucasus Mountains, the mountains and shit. He became a caveman. He lost whatever language he was speaking. And that goes into what's that, Job 30?
Yeah, he says mallows by the roots.
Yep, he was in that caveman state. I'm gonna ask you, brother, so where's the bottomless pit at?
Europe.
Right. Verse 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And that's Esau,
That was the time period of that rulership that the Southern Kingdom had over there in Europe.
They ruled.
Because the medieval times. Dark ages. That's when our people was ruling.
And the relics, it doesn't lie, man. You can't get rid of the relics, man. Like you can erase images, you can do all that, man. But there's still old carvings and relics that exist that tells it all. All right, you got carvings in the walls that depict the Israelites as people of color, with woolly hair, nappy beards, braids, all that shit, man. I wonder if I have it in my backpack, but there's a book that has some of those images in it.
Yeah, I had that little book too with the Roman icon. I forgot it. But the Apostle Gabar had mentioned a while ago that in the Catholic Church how they have like you see like the saints or whatever, and they have like those round circles around their heads. He said those were originally afros, but they put those
little moons
on there, halo things.
Yep.
And these languages, Spanish, French, Russian, German, all them languages came up by Jake, man. Jake had to teach Esau how to speak. That's what a lot of people don't.
Contrary to popular belief.
It's the same with the sciences and the mathematics as well, man. That was all created by us. Because ultimately that word math goes back to Amath, which is truth.
Real quick, this is from the Negro Question Part 2 by Lee B. Cummins, page 24, 25, and also 26 and 27. You can see these carvings, right? Image of corn-rolled Hebrews going into Assyrian captivity. What do you see? Braids, nappy beards. That's what you see. Negroid features, man. Esau couldn't erase that. Let me go to the next page real quick. You can really see it. Right here. Black Hebrew Levite musicians, all right, playing instruments. So they were more than likely performing. And you see on top of their head, you see them cornrows with the fringe. You got the fringes at the bottom of the garment.
Now that's a spirit, because when I was in Atlanta, I went to the High Museum, and in marble, white marble, they had this it said Libyan princess or Libyan something, I forgot what it's called, but it goes into when I looked up the word, I have to go back and look it up, exactly what it said on there. It was carved in there as well, but it was basically an Israelite woman, and you would think it was a white woman because it was in white marble. When you look closely at the bracelet, at her hair, it was it was wrapped. First off, you could tell it was like something covering the top of her hair. Then she had braids coming under. She kind of had a Jake nose, and then I think she had on fringes, but then she even had the Star of David necklace on. And then when I looked up, I gotta look at what the word was. It said a Libyan something. Basically, you had to call her Libyan because she was dark skinned, like African, right? But when it went into the other word that was there, I forgot what it was, but it's all about a woman.
Another Russian icon.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And that you can't get around that.
Yeah, they ain't gonna bring that out in these educational institutions in America.
What you gonna do about that vocab?
You see, Esau, and this going back to how the beast came out of the
Bottomless pit.
came out of the bottomless pit, and he had the power to deceive the whole planet Earth. Right, the brother about to read it. Not only did he destroy our people psychologically, but he also made it to where his image will become the standard of beauty.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta look closer to a European to fulfill that standard of beauty, man. And that psychologically fucked our people heads up. Because you look at our people now, especially like the Jakes down in the Caribbean, they got that self-hatred, man.
Yeah.
They lighten they skin.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Serena Williams,
Lil
Kim,
what's the baseball? Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
You know, that's heavy over there amongst them them Jakes over there in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They stay bleaching their skin, man.
Jamaica too.
Yeah, Jamaica, yeah. But that's that self-hatred that Jake has for himself, man. It's like,
Cuba.
but they want to be like the oppressor, which is leprosy. You know, Edomites, they're clean, they're considered clean lepers, but it's the curse of leprosy. You know, when you don't have the melanin in your skin.
It's also the curse of Cain.
Cain, yeah.
Revelation 20:3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
That was fulfilled between the time that he went down and Jake started to rise back up around the around 3rd, 4th century AD. Even though you had Jake that took over the Roman Empire right after Domitian, Emperor Domitian. But the emperors that ruled after Domitian were Jake. You know?
Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius.
Pertinax.
Yeah. You had Commodus, you know, all those different men. Persinius Niger, Septimius Severus, leading all the way up into Constantine. It was all Jake, man. But they still inherited the wicked practices of Rome.
It was beautiful about that time period. I always think about it because that was a time period that we ruled, but we didn't rule with the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that's why it had to go down. At the fall.
And after that, he must be loose a little season.
Which started around maybe the mid to late 1300s is when he started to creep back into power. It didn't just happen just in 1 year. 1492, they just hopped on boats and then just took over the world.
Right.
No, it was a progression of time.
Yeah, wars had to be fought.
Wars were fought. Esau was coming up. Jake was dying off with the
plagues.
Yep.
The
pneumonic plague.
Yep. That's really what wickedness.
Coming out of the bottomless pit, coming out of the Caucasus Mountains, Georgia, Russia. It was coming out of Poland, all the northern regions up there. You know.
And it was the spirit, Salaki, brother. It was the spirit that had them know when to come down also, as well as the plague hitting our people at the same time. The Most High orchestrated that situation. So we would go through to the time we're into now.
Because it was prophesied that the beast would resurface, and that he would also prevail over us. And that's what happened when he conquered the northern tribes first. And then he also got Judah. Yep. Brought Judah over here, and then all the tribes got oppressed over here.
Yep.
You know? Well, now we at the final seconds of this devil's reign. And now he's being exposed. All right, the man of sin is now being revealed, man. All this is coming out. You know, we're basically through this knowledge, through this wisdom, we're peeling back that veil that's cast over the eyes of the people, man. What was that, Isaiah 25 and 7? So we gotta spiritually, we gotta break this man's image, man. We gotta break that shit. You know? That's what we're doing right now. We're breaking his image. Casting it down, man. Through the spirit. The Lord is consuming this devil through the spirit of his mouth. You know, Jake got to see that image being destroyed, man. But Jake, they see that they see power in it. No, this is the way of life. This man can make me, you know, if I'm a paraplegic, he could put devices into me, and I can walk now.
I get a brain chip, and I can see again. You know.
He got pills,
and that's just real now.
Yeah. He got pills for every symptom that I got.
Yeah.
Even though it opens up other symptoms and fuck you up. Yeah. Even worse.
You're taking another pill to get off that one.
Yeah.
I got eczema, but I got the threat to die because I take your Zoloft or whatever. I don't know what these pills are, you know. I'm just saying, I don't know what that's for, but just saying, I got asthma, but I got other problems.
For example, like the eczema, like you could use the hydrocortisone, right? But that's steroids.
Right.
Yeah. You know? So now it's altering your body's chemistry, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I got a drug for children with ADHD, hypertension and shit.
Called
Adderall, but when you look at Adderall,
Ritalin.
they got, you know, they got narcotics in the shit.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you let the kids just go play?
Fucking meth and shit in there.
All you gotta do is let the kids go outside and play more.
That's it. But he got the cure to everything. He got the solution to everything. But you see what the way things are, fucked up. Everything.
I got the pre real quick. Isaiah 25:7, and I will destroy in this mountain, and we know mountains represent governments, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
That veil that is spread over all nations. And I believe when you look that word up, I forget the Hebrew word for veil, but when you look at the definition, it says a thing woven, like something that's woven with like a web.
We even spell
webs. To weave together something. Like a web. And there was a saying amongst this Mason by the name of Walter Scott, where he says, what tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive.
Web covering veil, woven stuff.
There it is. And this devil, he pretty much he woven together his lies, man. That's why the scriptures say that you are forgers of lies, man, physicians of no value. You know, you're just a straight up liar, but you're good at it. You're good at piecing together half truths, you know, misinformation. And you present it like it's the truth.
Yeah, there are webs on the back of the $20 bill.
I think so.
Yeah.
One. It's on the one for sure. They got it all in there.
Yeah.
A little spider in one of the corners and shit.
Yep.
There's 2 Corinthians 10. I'm gonna start here at 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations.
Hey, because guns can't pull down strongholds. That shit don't work. This man's guns are bigger than ours anyway.
Right.
So, but spiritually, this is how we bring this place down. You know?
Yeah, weapons are better than, it's like wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Yep.
We're tearing this man's kingdom down with wisdom.
Words.
The wisdom of the Most High. These words is pulling his kingdom down, man.
Yep.
And like that, was that Jeremiah 1, where it says, go to that, Jeremiah 1 and like 9, maybe. His kingdom is being brought down by the word, man. We ain't gotta use no damn physical weapon.
I went to the etymology of web real quick. An intricate trap that entangles and ensnares its victims.
Woo!
Isn't that what Esau does?
Yeah.
They lay snares privately, man. They set traps. And that's what's part of the secret council of the wicked. They come up with different councils on how to basically trap these people up, man. The people on this side. How can we keep them at odds with their maker? You know? How could we keep them disconnected from their power? How can we keep them in sin and going off? How can we keep them in control? How can we keep them in a self-destructive mindset.
How can we keep them engulfed in folly and bullshit?
They want to cast you down from your excellence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're watching it. The Super Bowl, the all these events, the pharmaceuticals,
God.
drugs, crack. You know.
Demonic rap music.
Yep.
And then the same devils accuse us into the Father. Oh, well, look at what your people doing. Hey, well, you're setting the snares, man.
Like you don't know the
Hey,
difference.
you're the one that's hey, they're saying that Lamentations 2. Hey, but they're putting Jake in that position, man.
Right. They like to look at Jake. Let our eye look upon Zion.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they
accuse us of
clap their hand and
Hiss
you know,
at thee.
hiss at thee. Is this the
defiled?
Yeah,
is this the city of beauty,
perfection. Yeah.
perfection of beauty? But yeah, you contribute to that destruction. You're the one that put the bottle to them to
Yeah.
make them naked.
Yeah.
That you may look upon their nakedness.
Make them drunken. That you
Make them
Same
to
thing.
make them drunken.
With your
Give them
philosophies and lies.
push these philosophies on them, man.
It's a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's continuing that 2 Corinthians 2. I mean, it's like 2 Corinthians 10. This is 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahushai. As you're saying, casting down those imaginations. You know, it says in every high thing that exalteth himself. You know, because that's our
Esau, he exalts himself like the scriptures tell you.
Yeah.
Pursuing us 2 Thessalonians 2. He exalted himself
As
above
the
all
eagle.
that is called the Most High,
Yeah. So yeah.
so that he is worshipped,
As the Most
sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Because he's the one that's coming with that wine. He's coming with the confusion. He's the one that has that wine, that bottle. He transgressive by wine, therefore he's a proud man. All these philosophies that governs the world, look how degenerate the world is. You know? Children are not safe. You know? Children are not safe. Now it's an argument about what gender you want to choose to be.
bro.
Remember what I just read earlier? A dude that was born a man.
Kind. It's raining.
He was like 400 plus in the ranking as far as swimmers,
Yeah.
right? But then he identified as a woman.
Like
Now
at the
he's
top.
number one.
Yeah, like this.
You know what I'm saying? But only under this only under this devil, man.
Yeah.
Only under him.
You got a lot of Edomites getting mad about that shit because they got daughters
yeah.
that are in high school, and you got these I don't know what the fuck you want to call them. These transformers. They win in the track, basketball, anything they competing in,
bro.
and they losing. I don't say they losing scholarships, but they are losing opportunities.
They are.
You know, to further their whatever, you know, sports
They
or
really
whatever.
train their lives for these events, and then all of a sudden,
Hear this
a
nigga,
half-ass
grown ass
man-
nigga roll out of bed and say, you know what?
Yeah.
Line them up, you know, and
Yeah.
burn them niggas, you know?
That's what I was saying too. Like, hey, we understand that this world ain't gonna continue much longer. Hey, but if it were, hey, Esau would have it to where, hey, it'll be so many transformers within, you know, the WNBA that it'll just be a fucking NBA again, man.
Yep.
It'll be a lower NBA. Same with the swimming.
I could go to the WNBA right
Bro.
now and score 25 points tonight. Fat knees,
Bro, LeBron
old and
decided
shit.
that he wanted to go to the NBA, bro. He putting up 120, bro.
Bro, the Dave Chappelle joke. Yeah. 137 points.
Bro.
Hey, D Wade's faggot ass. D Wade, the direction he's going in, if he wanted to come back out of retirement,
He go right in the WNBA.
but turn it to his son
Yeah.
and go to the WNBA, he's killing it.
Yeah.
He gonna kill that shit, man.
Yeah.
Then they gonna finally get some views and shit.
Yeah.
And nobody even watches that shit. You know?
Did y'all know we had a team here? Y'all didn't know that?
Wait, we
Jackson
got
did?
it.
We had a WNBA team? Nobody knew.
Yeah, man. But this shit is wild, man.
Yeah.
But only under this devil, man. That's why the Lord sent us to destroy these strongholds, man.
I gotta
See?
breathe.
I got something.
You know, this is this man's image that you're worshiping. The man that's allowing this. This is the man that's dictating your world standards. He's the one that's coming with the moral compass of the world. This is the man you bow down to. You cherish this man as the man that's in control morally, you know, ethically, economically, you know. You done made this man your God, man. And he says there is no male and female.
Yeah. Yeah, the baby come out. The baby come out as a male, as a man child, and you put on the birth certificate as none of the above, or as other. Yeah.
It's just confusion.
Just confusion, man.
That's all it is.
The woman can usurp authority over the man now.
See, that prime example was that is Dwayne Wade is demon. Gabriel Union.
Yep.
His family wasn't turned out like that before he married that demon.
Hey, and that's even, those are celebrities. And there's regular Jakes too. The woman rule the household. You know? Raising the little children to be demons.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's why it says in Proverbs 12, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seducible. You know? Jake is wicked, but Jake become the wicked because he's been seduced by the wicked. He learned their works. He envies them.
Jake don't know we're under Jake don't know we're under the curses. So Jake is looking for a way out of their impoverished situation. And what do they look at the oppressors and see? They see them doing wickedness, so they figure wickedness is the way to get out.
Yeah.
And then Jake makes it cool.
Yeah.
Jake makes wickedness cool. You know?
I agree real quick. Isaiah 1:9, except the Lord of hosts have left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Yeah, it was a good thing that the Lord made created his elect, man. You know? If the Lord didn't leave that remnant, yeah, he would have got rid of us as a nation. Because Jake is gone, man. Jake is gone. Every day, man, you just see it. Jake is finished out here, man. You go on World Star, Jake is just a daily embarrassment.
I don't like clicking on World Star because you click on there and one gonna lead you to one outlandish idea, leads you to the next, and they're related, and it just keeps going. And you read on there 45 minutes before you realize.
National 230 news, bro.
Yeah.
I got 3 seconds. Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring to Zion.
That's that remnant, man.
Didn't Yahushua quote that?
Huh?
Didn't Yahushua quote that? And I think Matthew 10.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I didn't mean to break up what you said.
And those are the same men who he said, was that 7,000 men that will not bow their knees to the image of Baal.
That's right.
We despise this devil's image, man. Hey, was that in Psalms, I think, where it says that he shall despise his image? We despise his image, man. That's why we're tearing it down. That's why we're trying to teach our people, man, this ain't the way. He's not the true the way in the life.
Right.
His ways are the ways of death, man. Hey, what is that? Wisdom of Solomon 2? You know, the Lord created us to be
It's towards the end of the chapter?
yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 24, 23.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Read that again, bro.
Yep.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Yep. Those that belong to this devil, they will find death. They will die. That's why those that's going to take his mark, those that worship his image, you're going to be destroyed in a lake that burneth with fire and brimstone.
That's that branding of that mark, proving that that ownership is of the devil. Right. Oh, you guys on that?
Well, this is Jeremiah 5, and I'm starting at 23. Yep. It says, but this people hath a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear the Lord, our power that giveth rain, both the former and latter in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men. And the point is 28. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich.
Yeah, they're full of extortion.
Yep.
They're full of bribes. You know, they're full of murder. Sell their people out to the devil, to the enemy. Even the Lord called our people the devil, man. You of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. You see? So even the Lord confirms that even our people are the wicked.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It says, this is 28. They are waxing fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
They even overpass the deeds of the wicked, man.
Jake perfect wickedness.
Yeah.
This devil just naturally do it, but Jake want to get all into it and become fucking scientists at the shit, you know?
I gotta breathe the land back off what you just said.
Go ahead. It's a little bit more. It says, they judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I not visit for these things, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? Shall not my soul be avenged on a nation as this? Yep.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made men upright, but they have sought out many inventions.
Yeah, it is. The Lord created us to be upright, the likeness of his image. But what happened? Even going back to the time of Noah before the flood. What happened with the sons of God?
Yeah. Corrupted.
It was corrupted, man. All their hearts was filled with evil, violence, folly, foolishness. You know? And then when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, it actually gives you the rundown of all the acts that was being done. And this as a result of what? Idolatry, idolatrous behavior.
Yeah.
You see? Idolatrous practices. The works of the ungodly, man. Go to it.
It is Wisdom of Solomon 14, and I'm gonna start here at 20. We'll start at 27.
Start at yeah, you can read 12. Yeah, read 12 and then jump down to 22.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life.
So about idols. You know, Jake get into Islam, Jake get into the Kemetic gods. And you wonder why they got such a degenerate, perverse spirit of them. It's always some scandal happened where some pedophilia then went down, or some sodomite shit that happened.
Sexual deviancy over there.
But you know,
it's associated with the gods that they serve, which are basically demons.
Yeah, they're practicing the same practices that those ancient Hamitic people did in, you know, worshiping Ra and all that Egyptian shit. They were into a lot of bunch of homosexual shit, man.
Now I'm throw something
so they putting that spirit out. They when they worship that spirit hops on them and they perform those acts.
Yeah, when they perform those rituals, it's like you get intimate with the demons of that idol. That's what happens, and that's why the Lord said that's spiritual fornication.
Now it shows you that Ham had that type of perverse spirit about him, you know, that sexual deviant spirit, because he wanted to look on his father's nakedness. He thought it was all right, and he was entertained by it. But you know, so that shows you how his descendants after him still had that type of energy on them.
Hey, look what happened to the kingdom of Israel after the split when Solomon went off. Look at the effects that left when he started, you know, when those wives, those concubines of heathens, when they started to take his heart away from the Most High, he started erecting altars and stuff and started sacrificing to their gods. He started to do the rituals to constitute those particular deities, man. So Solomon was going totally off. You know, and that left a vibration in the midst, man. So when the split ended up happening, you just saw what happened, man. Jake started to deteriorate just like we did during the time of Noah as the sons of God. You had all the kings of the northern kingdom. They was all wicked. They was all into idolatry. And then you had some of the kings of Judah that was also going off. You had some that were righteous, but then when they would die, the son would sit on the throne, and he would be wicked and bring a stumbling block to Israel.
Yep. That's the history. That's the story of Jake's life. One is doing good, then coming a wicked one that put Jake back down 10 more steps.
And here's the whole part. It'd be 2 or 3 in a row of wickeds to one, you know, for everyone that come around. It was a few that were
righteous, but the majority of them were wicked.
Yeah.
It's like right when Jake was about to start getting right with the Most High, here come that wicked ruler that bring us, you know, knock us down a few levels. You still reading that? Yeah, go ahead. I got something to say.
It's jumping to 22. It says, moreover, this was not enough for them. That they erred in the knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those great plagues called a peace.
Hey, that's why it says in when you go to Romans 1, where it talks about how go to Romans 1 real quick. I think it's like Romans 1 and 21.
Yeah, it's Romans 1 and 21. It says, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorify him not as the Most High is supposed to be. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations.
Yep.
And their foolish heart was darkened.
Verse 22.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
There it is. So they took on the wisdom of the heathens and made themselves brutish, thinking that they're wise. You know, now, you know, Jacob tap into whatever religion and he masters that religion. He gets so into it, man, he gets devoted to it.
Learn the language.
He learned the language and get all into it, man. So you think, oh, this dude, he got some wisdom. But it's the wisdom of the heathen. You know? The heathen are counted as spittle. Less than spittle, man.
Nothing.
They're counted as the dust of the balance, man. Ain't no wisdom in putting your children through the fire, man. Ain't nothing wise about that. You know? Doing all type of sexual perverseness. That was all they was getting involved with. That's all they was engaged in, man. Connor, then we'll finish that.
I'll go back.
Go ahead.
It's 23. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, and that was even done later. Under like the northern kingdom, like the Mayas, the Incas, the Mayas, the Aztecs, you know, they would go into that pyramid and literally like sacrifice their children, you know, and take the heart out and everything.
They showed a little bit of that in the movie Apocalypto.
It says, in sacrifices or used secret ceremonies or made revelings or of strange rites.
Rituals.
Yep. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another.
Wait, hold on. Read that first part.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
You see Will and Jada.
Yep.
You see Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. You know, these so-called power couples.
Dwayne Martin
and Tisha Campbell. All type of wickedness, man. You know, what they call it, swinging, wife swapping. They get into these entanglements.
I was gonna bring that up about
open relation, open marriage.
Yep.
And you the man. Will Smith was the man, and your woman's creeping off with some young nigga, man.
But see, that's what I was gonna say. We know that they don't want to speak on and put him all the way out there. That he probably brought him into that. Who was the guy that? Yeah. Probably brought him into the relationship. And then now that the world looking at it, he like, oh shit, like it looked real bad. But for that to be aired out in truth, he got to look even worse now because he probably invited him in the bed in the first place.
That's how they get out, man.
No, I don't know that. I'm just, you know.
Yeah, but it's extremely perverse. Basically, once he came into that whole thing, them spirits got on him.
Yep.
You know, he became defiled with their wickedness. You know, and Jake is under that Queen of Heaven vibration, so they'll allow women to have that kind of liberty, where they'll give them that type of, you know, and the scriptures speak against that, man. That's your woman. You're supposed to give her that kind of liberty to abuse herself, man. That's come on, man. But that's what they were doing in ancient Egypt, in Babylon. You gave all the power to the woman. Now she can become queen. She can, you know, she can have as many men as she want, whenever she want. She could do what the hell she please, man.
They were saying that woman on TikTok was capping, but we know that's not a far-fetched idea, though. No, it was a woman that said she had 3 husbands, and they was all in Walmart shopping and shit together.
Yeah.
You know, but they said that wasn't real. She just did it for the views, but that ain't far-fetched from what was really going on.
They really had something like that where it wasn't. She didn't have 3 husbands, she had 2 husbands, and it was weird. It's some Edomites, but they was all raising a baby together and shit. Some straight bizarro shit, man. And that's not. But in Esau's world, that is seen as natural. Oh, that's okay. You know, but as long as they love each other, man. But that's what you get with this devil ruler, man.
Yeah. And Jay started to think that it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, if he
working for him.
Yeah, if he validates it, if it's condoned by him, then it must be straight.
And she all right with it.
Yeah.
If one man makes
Jake,
you happy, imagine 2.
Yeah.
Type shit, you know?
Happy wife, happy life. So you gonna let men run a train on your woman? That because that makes her happy.
Oh, didn't what's her name? AJ Johnson?
AJ Johnson. So hey, you see the script, it's all in the scriptures, man. Jake worshiped the image of the devil, man.
Yeah.
Because this is what they get out of that. Jake love it, man. Hey, to be real, Eve was the first to really amongst the sons of
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's heavy.
She was the first amongst to really like bring that image and have Adam serve it.
Yeah.
Worship the image.
Now let's not forget the serpent put it in her head.
Yeah.
But she heard it and went along with it. No different than what we're talking about now. We put that in the deeds of our people are go beyond the deeds of the wicked, trying to perfect this.
And she ate of that tree and she became intrigued, man. She ate of the tree of the knowledge, and she heard what the serpent said. He said, "You ain't gonna die if you eat of it. You'll be as a goddess."
Yeah.
And that was hey.
That's all she needed to hear.
Oh shit.
She heard
I get to be a goddess. So that means that I can usurp authority over my husband.
We watching.
Yeah,
You got what you wanted.
yeah. You could be the object of worship. Men are gonna worship you. You know.
Hey, you ain't
You
gotta
can
be
have
smart.
multiple men.
You just
Feminism.
born.
Feminism.
You just born beautiful and you know,
privilege.
and privileged, and just because you're born, you ain't gotta learn or know nothing or have any type of standards. You know.
You don't have to work.
Yeah.
You can go on social media. Hey, it's gonna be a thing called social media. You know, you just post a picture of your ass,
Yeah.
and
You
you
gonna
get
get
likes
likes.
anywhere.
It's crazy, but it's true.
This is 24. It says they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously, or grieved him by adultery,
Yep. A lot of that going on.
so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of souls, changing of kind.
That
Changing
list
of kind.
is a heavy ass list.
Right.
Changing of kind. What y'all think that's talking about? and when you read in the 1611 in the margin, it says sex.
Yep. Yep.
Like y'all should already know.
Yep. You know, please don't say it on my channel.
Strike.
No, I'm messing with y'all. The truth is the truth, but that's obvious to know what that's talking about.
Yeah.
They might strike us for the idea.
Yes.
What I'm saying.
Changing of kind, disorder in marriages, we just went over that, adultery, and shameless uncleanlessness. For the worship
Shameless uncleanness. Hey, you'll have these women that'll come on TikTok or Instagram or wherever, and they'll start talking about all the nasty shit they done done. Like you'll have dudes that'll come up to them and give them a question and put them on camera, have the mic to them.
Yeah, kind.
You know, what was one of the nastiest thing you ever did while married, or you know, they'll come with a
last
question,
summer or
or
something.
what is your body count? You know, and these women, they have no fucking shame,
Yep.
none.
It's like
They'll laugh
it's like
about
cute
it.
to them,
It's
yeah.
cute. You know what I'm saying? Some of them got pride in this shit, man.
Yeah, they talk about, oh, I slept with 3 dudes in one day,
Yeah.
and then laugh about it.
Look at
And
women.
then them hoes get famous.
Yeah.
You know,
They get
they
clout.
get famous. They now they on No Jumper,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam 22, whatever that Edomite, with that
Selena Powell.
Selena Powell and shit, man. You know,
Getting trains ran on them.
yeah. All type of rappers freaking off on Brittany Renner,
Yeah.
another one.
Yep.
You know, then you want to get now you want to play the moral role
Talking about the
and play
shame-
victim.
shame.
Yeah.
When it finally comes out that you ain't shit, and dudes don't take you serious and don't want to marry your ass, man.
Hey, who said that? Man, they'll take you out, but they ain't married. It might have been on Fresh and
And
Fit or
that's,
something like
and
that.
that's the thing that a lot of women don't understand.
You just everybody's side piece, man.
Exactly.
That's what you that's what you reduce yourself to.
I got a
But
phrase.
it's because you got that shameless mindset. What does Scripture say about a shameless woman?
Because she's counted as a dog.
He was holding.
Say,
I got it.
He was
Go ahead.
holding.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefast will fear the Lord.
Shamefaced.
Shamefacedness, like
Yep, yep.
yeah, right there, you know. And what that's saying, you know what I'm saying? Like we know what a female dog is, she's counted as a bitch. Simple as that, you know.
But that's that's honorable now in this society, though.
A bad bitch.
Yeah.
A bad bitch, right?
yeah. Hey, real quick. I want to read that same scripture. We're gonna read it in the GNT translation. This is what it says. This is verbatim. This is literally in this translation. Sirach 25. What was it? 26?
26,
It's like,
25, 26, 23, 25, something like that.
Yeah, Sirach 26.
25, I think.
Yeah. So Rock 26 and 25. I'll start at 24.
Yep.
It says a shameless wife enjoys making a disgrace of herself, but a modest wife will act modestly even alone with her husband. A self-willed woman or a shameless woman is a bitch, but a woman with a sense of decency honors the Lord.
God.
It literally uses the term in this translation.
Man.
Would it say she delight in making herself ashamed or something like that?
Huh?
Would it say she delight in making herself ashamed?
Yeah. Read it again
It
from the
says a
24.
shameless wife enjoys making a disgrace of herself, but a modest wife will act modestly even alone with her husband.
Bro.
Like they get on them cameras and they be thinking it's cute, man.
Hey,
They be
bro.
laughing.
You got a saying, hey, amongst the generation that say, all the women say, they say, slut me out.
Yep.
That's really how they feel.
Wow.
And it's funny, they invite that, but
Bro.
then they don't want the accountability for when it happens.
And it is easy in this day and age because a lot of these niggas got a little bit of money. All you gotta do is give that bitch $1,000 and you can do whatever. As long as that money or a bag or whatever that, you know, that's how low our women is, man. Give them some money, give them a stack here, go shopping, and then when she comes back, the nigga can freak off and do whatever with her.
Yeah.
And Esau been doing that.
You remember it was like months ago where it was a so-called young black chick. It was found out by her family that she was on ghetto gaggers.
Yeah.
Was it in Boston?
No, it was in New York.
Okay.
They put the fucking video was the trailer
Yes.
was out.
She was on Facebook.
She was on Facebook and the family, her mother, her grandmother, they basically disowned her right on Facebook. And she was shameless. She was like, well shit, this motherfucker gave me $2,000. I was able to go do this and do that with it.
They gave me a ride home.
And she had no shame at all. None. They be having no shame for the shit that they do, man.
And they getting $2,000. Well, Esau, at least if they're gonna be a hoe, you know, at least get something off of it. They don't get no residuals. Hey, here, $1,000, bitch. We gonna sell this tape and make 100,000, millions. That's how low our women have become. You know.
Shameless uncleanness, man. And we can talk about the men too. All right, the Isaiah Rashads, those types. Shameless uncleanness, man. All right, hey, we ain't see that shit. We heard about it. We ain't finna look at no shit like that. We just read what happened. Hey, man, them motherfuckers is out there, man. Those types is out there. All right, and they have no shame about it, man. Diddy be taking them type of niggas shopping. Okay.
Machine gun. Tommy the Machine.
Hey, watch it get bigger.
Oh yeah. He finna blow from that shit.
Yeah.
They
Literally.
finna come out with full support. Hey, young buck, you better hop on that shit.
Yeah.
You better hop on the trend.
What's that other one that played gay? Lil Nas X and the other one from before him. Young Thug.
Yeah.
All of them, they used to
you
do
had
collab.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
He said
Years
it took a
ago.
lot to get to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
It went over a lot of people's head.
Kid Cudi.
Yep.
Jake would go to the Grammys wearing a prom dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cudi.
Yeah. Tripping, man.
You had a precept you said, or who had it?
Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Hey, that's literally, and you can take that spiritually.
Yep.
Because hey, Israel's the woman of the Most High. Jake commit spiritual fornication every day, but act like they're righteous. You see? Well, just imagine how the Heavenly Father feels when you take that behavior, committing all these abominable acts, worshiping these other gods. Well, okay. Well, your wife, let her go out there and suck all type of rod and get it up the rear and get trains ran on them and gang banged and all that other shit. And then she come home to you and try to kiss you in the mouth. And say, I ain't did nothing. And you see that behavior on World Star every fucking day. Where Jake is capturing his woman freaking off with some dude
in the bed with a nigga and say it ain't what it
ain't what you think it is.
Come on, man.
Got rose petals by the bed and shit.
Say candles and shit.
Candles lit.
Niggas is wild, man.
What is y'all in here doing?
In his
house.
In his house.
Yeah, man.
Like she ain't had a common courtesy to fucking
Go to a hotel.
to the
Yeah.
telly,
Remember
to
that
the other
one-
dude's crib. She didn't give a fuck.
Hey, remember that one we seen with he caught his woman freaking off in a hotel?
Oh, and he came in with that knife.
That knife.
OJ
yeah.
dance.
Hell yeah.
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 But that's the spirit that's
He
out
went
here
harder
with a
on
lot
her,
of these
too.
women. I mean, excuse me, that's the spirit that's on a lot of these men, on a lot of these women. These men, they don't give a shit if it was 10 or 20 years ago. You did them wrong, that shit, it scars a lot of men. So they say, their life is in the slums. They fuck this, man. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna find this bitch and take her out too.
Hey, and really,
Then I off myself at the end.
Exactly.
really, according to the scriptures, hey, men are supposed to have that spirit of jealousy.
That's the story I was going right to.
Yeah, as Esau lose control of his society, that's where you're gonna see men just gonna start going ape shit on these women.
You saw in the Purge.
And you see Kanye West going through some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
His
on.
ex-wife.
He already on
Without
edge.
seeing his kids, but
Then they say they try to put
that
the
shines that shines a light on how these men they want to be in their children's lives, but the woman won't let them.
God,
He didn't learn from all the niggas before him.
all the hundreds,
Yeah.
hundreds of millions.
You said you got it.
Yeah, Proverbs 6 and 32. It says, "But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lack of understanding, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man.
Yep.
Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance."
Right, because hey, you have in this world people say, oh, jealousy is a female trait. Hey, nah.
Yeah, the next one.
Actually, it's the opposite, man. Jealousy is for a man because a woman, she's transferred his property. She's her father's daughter. Then she transferred into her father's daughter into a man's wife. That's the order of things, man.
Yeah,
Regardless, it's like, regardless of not whether a woman wants to hear that, that's the truth, man.
Yeah, and when a man loves a woman like harder than a woman loves a man. It's in the scripture where it said, "Husband, love your wives."
Yeah.
And that's another scripture said, "Wives, love your husbands." And it's two different words.
Yeah.
Two different Greek words for the love.
Is it Ephesians?
Reverence.
Yeah.
I think it's in Ephesians.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
man will love the wife, and the wife will reverence her husband.
Right.
Because it ain't even tells you that a man will leave from his father and mother and cleave to his wife. It don't say that wife is going to cleave to him. Because in the beginning, it was said that the husband is supposed to rule over her.
Yep.
But she's going to want to desire to rule over him. You know? Let me read the next verse, the last verse. It says, "He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts." In other words, there's no way you can pacify that anger, man.
Hey, what was the one where the woman rolled up to the house? Let her quit. I was just playing. I didn't mean it. I love you though. When she was at the door beating, trying to get in.
Oh, where
and
you
so
throwing the
take it
clothes
back.
out? Is that one?
I think
Taking
so.
her, yeah, throwing her shit
And
out.
she was like, no, I want to be with you though, but I love you. So you should have thought about that before you did what you
That's
did.
the one where Jake said they was together for like 6-7 years or something.
Yeah. She pulled up on the house. I it wasn't serious about him. Like,
Then sometimes they'll figure that they can. Well, what do you want me to get you? I'll get you whatever you want.
buy their way back.
Trying to buy their way back in.
Who was that said that? But it was Elder Mwatazak said it. He said, but that connection between you and them is never gonna be back the same. Once the woman step off on you, it's never gonna be
now
back the
she's
same.
like the scriptures say, she's defiled. That land is polluted now. She got another man's spirit on her.
Yeah.
So that'll never work again, man.
What's the word he used in that video?
Yeah, that's why these women are so crazy too, man. Because they got, like you said,
they stored the DNA of that man into them too.
They got a Royal Rumble of Jake in them, man. Sperms him.
Kimmerism.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
And that pair bonding is what we was
Like,
talking about.
I think
That
it's
connection don't happen.
Chimera, is it chimerism or
He
chimerism?
said chimerism.
Okay.
Is what he said.
But
I got a 3 as well.
Ephesians 5 and 33.
Look that up in another translation.
Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself. And the wife see that she reverence her husband. That's different. That's a different kind of love.
It's not the same. They didn't use the same word. You love your wife and you love him back. No, it ain't that. It's a different thing.
The word love is agapo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the word reference goes in phobia.
Which means basically to fear.
Yeah, to put to flight by terrifying, to scare away, to put in flight, to flee, to fear, be afraid.
Keep her in straightly.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Your woman is supposed to actually fear you.
Yeah.
Because you're the head. You're the connection to the Most High.
Now we can only use Salaki, bro.
And it's showing you that that's why the Lord says she is my
Turned up.
enemy shall see it. Because when she's constantly, she's challenging her own men, it's like a challenge to the Most High himself.
Yep.
Right, 'cause that's the head.
She's challenging her Lord.
Yeah. God.
Someone that has power over her. Salaki, but what I was
everything is
you got
turned up. Everything is turned upside down. This devil, this beast, flipped it. He turned everything upside down. That's why he's getting ready to kill this guy.
He dropped that shit though right now.
So he hit the water.
Yeah. Salaki.
You got that all eyes on me demon on you.
Shit. Nah, but for what you're saying, I wasn't trying to interrupt you, bro. But that's the thing. Y'all got it.
This is we brought out the spirit of jealousy.
Yeah.
This Sirach 26:6 says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicated with all. Right, because women aren't supposed to be jealous over a man having another woman, man. You know?
Yeah, because she ain't got that fear.
Yeah.
Oh, Salak, I remember what I was gonna say. What it was right now, all we got is the fear of them catching a missile. For those that even believe that that's gonna happen. But in the ancient world, it was that physical fear. Because what was the difference back then? Like we saw recently, I don't know what Jake that was, what country he's from, when he chopped his wife's head off. They showed with that little ass butter knife, man.
The women down there south of the border, they fear they men.
Yeah.
They reverence they men.
Yeah, cops don't answer domestic calls.
Nah, ain't got time for that shit.
The women over in the Middle East,
Yep.
too, they fear they men. They know. Shit, they do like one false move or you step out of line, that's your ass.
Yeah,
and they go get them another one.
There's some cities in America that cops don't answer domestic calls.
Yeah, some rural towns usually.
That's gonna be fucking nationwide, man. Can't wait till that happens. What's gonna be done?
This is Sirach 26 and 11.
Yes.
It's a spirit, of course, because I didn't even plan on talking about the woman like that. But
no, because we know a lot of them numbers is gonna come in anyway.
I mean, but really, because we went into Wisdom of Solomon 14, that's where it stemmed from.
Right.
And it was listing all these different that our people do.
Right.
And it was about shamelessness,
Right.
shameless uncleanness.
Right.
And these women, because of the pedestalization they receive from this world, that's why they're so fucking shameless. They're not held accountable on anything. So that's why now we come into the times where now that you got all this liberty and pleasure, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You don't even realize that all this liberty that you got is setting you up for the kill. That's why the scriptures say, rise up you women that are at ease, you careless daughters, man. Many days and years shall you be troubled. It's going to be a long road for you women out there. Because you allowed this devil's liberty to be a stumbling block to your soul, man.
And there's a lot of weak Jake out there that invited that opportunity for that because they didn't cut it off and it'll be all right, baby.
It goes back to that Queen of Heaven vibration.
Exactly.
But also, they don't want to, because they got to be up under Esau's power structure.
Yep. They lose half their
Esau
shit.
pretty much gave the power to the woman. So it's like you pretty much gotta, you know, on this side, you gotta kind of let things be what it is, even though in your household, you have free reign to usurp the authority. But under this devil, he doesn't want that. That's why he wanted to get rid of the man out of the household. That was the whole purpose.
Women's lib and suffrage and all that shit.
Yeah, get you out of his hair, so that he can program it and control the woman, so that she can program and control the children. That's how it go now. This devil knew what he was doing, man.
You know all the shit I gotta uproot out of my kids every time I see them?
Bro.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Little shit, you know.
That's why you being at odds with your woman over your children is basically you being at odds with this devil.
Yep.
You fighting the beast by fighting with your wife because she's controlled by the beast.
And the curses said that too. Hey, and the curses say that the man that is in her bosom, or was it vice versa? But the 28th chapter is talking about basically you was gonna be at odds and ends with your woman over your children in there.
Okay. This Deuteronomy 28:56.
Yep.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
But now from delicateness and tenderness, but what are they now? Strong and independent now.
Stink, as the scripture says, bro.
Yeah, you got it.
It says, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
There it is. The husband of her bosom, they're not gonna see eye to eye. And Eve forwarded that by giving her the power to in his government programs where she don't need his income, where she can stay at home, be on Section 8, be on food stamps and all of this, and now he got that full control over that whole household. And the man is out there struggling, you know.
Put you on child support.
There you go. And that's his money, and he's still trying to work for it. Gone. He can't even start a new life because he got to deal with the court system with you. The fairest thing to do if a family didn't work was to give the man the kids. That's gonna cut all his bullshit out, and it's gonna make her have to get her mind right.
Yeah, that says that in the law.
Yep.
She thinks it's nothing.
That she may go free without money.
Yep.
A lot of what happens in this society, a lot of men do. A lot of them don't have a choice, but if you can, shit, get joint custody. So you gonna have to pay shit.
Yep.
But a lot of men just say, "Oh, you just take the kids." It's like, you know, but it's just the curses, man. Let's just go back to the curses because it's just sometimes your hands is tied where the judge is like, "Fuck you," you know, she get the kids and you gotta pay them. But
to do with that, and now she get to raise your children and have
Just
all type of spirits around your children. You have another nigga around your kids.
Yep.
You don't know what the hell is going on. You know, you can't even teach your son, you know, how to defend himself. She got to be the one to do it. I know y'all saw that video. I think it was a TikTok video.
Yeah.
Where it was a nigga woman. She was teaching her son how to fight or whatever. Like they was like in stance, and then she was like, "Keep your hands up." And she was slapping him and shit. And then you know she did it a few times, and then out of nowhere, he just slapped her back, and he dropped her.
yeah.
Hey, but that's the thing too. Without the father in the house, hey, the respect for the mother is gone.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Because hey, we could all it was a point in all of our lives, if you had your mother, your father, that your mama whoopings ain't hurt no more.
Yep.
It's like, damn, like I'm stronger than my mama now.
I grabbed the belt.
Yo, bro.
Because by the time you're 12, 13,
Yeah.
you know, according to the scriptures, you're pretty much normal.
Yeah.
But by that time, she couldn't really she can't discipline you no more.
That was funny because in that movie Brightburn,
Yeah.
they showed that on
He
like
turned
his birthday.
12.
Yeah.
But he threw little hands on the table and Pops and Moms was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
you never done that before." Yeah.
Yeah.
It's back in Sirach 26. Where do you want to start, bro?
In this world, you're still a little baby until you 20, 21 years old.
But you go to war,
At 18.
Right.
but you can't have a drink.
They don't want you to become a man when you become a man. You know, Go ahead.
This is I'm gonna start at 8.
Salak. When you said that's a good point, because right when men should be at that age where they're getting their mind toward working and stuff, 12, 13, building up their finances where they got their youth, they got all them years of limbo, at least 5 to 18, of just nothing going on. That's the main troublesome ages of Jake males.
Yeah.
They get in the gangs and be fucking off having babies with no jobs.
Yeah, in the streets, basically.
Just in the streets, yeah.
They spend them years getting groomed by the streets, man.
Mm-hmm.
7th grade to what, senior year?
Yeah.
Around that time?
Yep.
Instead of getting groomed.
With a bunch of other niggas raised by their mom.
Yep.
There's Sirach 26 and start here at 8. It says, a drunken woman in a gatherer abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame.
Oof. Hey, we see that especially out here, man.
Yep.
Or at least every major city, like you go to, you know,
The
New York, Atlanta, go to LA, Chicago, but especially here in Sin City, man. These chicks, they walk around with like.
They come from all over the world to come do that here.
Yeah.
Well,
With their husbands.
Yeah.
Yep.
you just ass everywhere, you know, showing off their body. You go to the gym, that's all you seeing, man. They will not cover their own shame.
It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
That eye makeup,
If thy daughter...
them cumbrellas,
Yep.
elongated eyelashes.
Yep.
Almost every black woman got those. And then a lot of northern women too. They be wearing that shit too, man.
Yeah, Northern Kingdom women there, they shave off their eyebrows and
Draw
paint it
new
all
ones.
and shit. Bro.
Yep.
This continuing. This 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
That's why it had to be that physical fear that should be over them.
Yeah.
That way, well, he took that physical fear away. She dialed 911, and now you leaving in cuffs. And now the other nigga, while you in jail for the night, the other nigga that slid over, that he was mad about you possibly being around in the first place.
And Jake, this should be making me mad, man.
Yeah.
Like a video pop up of like Jake disciplining his daughter,
Yeah.
you know, whooping her or whatever, and then it'll go viral, and now he's getting torn down by everybody. He gets arrested.
Yeah.
And then charges is pressed.
Yep.
Remember the Jake?
Now you're getting punished for disciplining your daughter, trying to keep her in
From
straight
being a harlot.
from being a whore.
The one that was twerking.
Yep. That's
Yeah. He whooped her ass on Facebook Live, and now he probably in jail. She out free, freaking off.
freaking
Yeah.
off.
Jake told me a story about his partner was at school with parent teachers conference, and I guess his son was acting up, and he told his son, "I'm gonna whoop your ass" or something like that when we get home or something. The teacher, because he was being disrespectful to the teacher,
Yeah.
the teacher called the people on him
Wow.
because of what he had said. But that's the society, bro. That we live in, man. It's everything, like Mother says, everything's turned upside down. You can't even discipline your kids for disrespecting the teacher or anything. You say that you're gonna whoop their ass. Hey, you're gonna get arrested. Then you have to have so many hours of counseling and paying fines and fees and lawyer fees just for threatening your child. So imagine if you beat their ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
You may do some time.
and now they're gonna investigate your home.
Yep.
They're gonna investigate, what
CPS.
what is the father into? What is his religious belief? What is his political affiliation? What is he teaching his child?
Yep.
You know, because basically the state is now the parent.
Yep. Thank
The
you.
state is the parent now, man. Showing you that, going back to the curse, that you will not be able to enjoy your children. They're gonna be sold they belong to another people, man.
So let me, if I could dial it back to that main point we were talking about how fleeing from this place. Why would you want to stick around when all these bad things we talking about that are in society today? Why would anybody want to stick around in this place like that,
Right.
and not want to come out of this place spiritually you know, you're still here physically, but coming out of it spiritually, that you have a chance to be a higher up on the next physical world to come.
Yeah.
Gotcha. This is continuing. This is verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't marvel not if she trespass against
Don't let
thee.
it mess you up mentally.
Like basically, don't bug out
Yeah.
when she does this,
Right.
because she is gonna do
You're
it.
gonna do it.
If you give her any type of free reign, it's gonna happen. Okay. And in them younger years, when she's the most hot in the pants, yeah, she's finna get out there, man. You send her away to college, hey, that's not daddy's little girl no more.
Bro, that's Keisha,
For the streets.
You released her into the streets.
Yeah.
We going home college.
First, second
Fuck that.
string football, man. They running through it, man.
Bro. Yeah.
I was gonna say this earlier. You know, I be kind of wild sometimes say shit, but hey, you go to college, man. Like we had team homes.
Yeah.
Chicks that was there to service teams to keep the testosterone under control. About 3 or 4, keep them serious.
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them that'll make sure the whole team don't got that buildup.
In baseball, we call them slump busters.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Just get his confidence up, man.
You swing 8 for 9, bro.
But some years later, some simp is gonna come through with the cape
Yep.
and have her in a fucking white wedding dress.
Get down on one knee and shit.
Crying.
Yep.
In a white wedding dress.
Yeah.
These hoes don't deserve that shit.
Didn't the study come out, or that they said that these women, they want to settle down when they
40 or some shit.
30 after they didn't
Put all
freaked
type
off
of
and all that
mileage on
shit.
them.
Now they want to be a wife.
Yep.
That's all them chicks calling in the Kevin Samuels show.
Yeah.
They didn't did all that they wanted to do, and now they're figuring out that because the wall's closing in on them,
Yep.
the wall's undefeated.
Yep.
So now they passed their prime, and now they're trying to figure out like, damn, like why is it this working?
The SMV value then plummeted.
Yeah.
Bottom fell out. No
I gotta-
pun intended.
I
What
tell
do
a lot
I
of
got to do to get my value back to the way it was? Sorry, but you ran that shit to the ground.
Yeah, took Esau's his wine, man.
Yep.
Took that wine.
He
Yeah.
ate his fruit of lies, man.
Huh?
Yep.
Now you gotta,
I tell a lot of these young chicks out here, just because a woman looks good, that don't mean she's a good woman.
No.
No.
Yep.
That don't mean she's a good wife.
Yep.
She, you know, that, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit is, and a lot of that shit you see when you see a woman, that's temporal. I want a woman that's beautiful all the time.
Yep.
You know?
And here.
Yeah, and here first.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, these modern hoes, they artificial any damn way.
Yep.
Huh.
You can buy looks. So who give a fuck about that?
Niggas buying bitches ass and titties and
Yeah.
you know,
Lips.
they basically
They go down there
want-
to Dr. Miami
Yeah.
or go down to Mexico, and they get the special,
Yep.
you know, and then they covering their face up with cake up,
Yep.
fake eyelashes, put hair
Weave.
from the Indians
Yep.
on their head, fake teeth,
Oh, everything.
contacts,
Yeah, man.
Mrs. Potato Head, man.
Like I'm like
gonna
see,
get you
I'm
something.
Gonna get you something,
man.
Yeah,
You took off everything.
Took off a name.
prosthetic, every damn thing.
Chris Rock said,
Hey,
"You're not that
Moab
tall."
gonna sell her ass next.
Oh, yeah.
She gonna get sold, man.
Moab gonna try to duplicate that motherfucker himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put her in the form of a robot or some shit.
Is Sirach? Oh, I was right there.
Yeah.
We never got Isaiah 3, huh?
25.
Yeah, 25.
No.
We never got Isaiah 3.
312. Nope.
Somebody can get
Is
that too.
Sirach 25 and 21.
Yep.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure.
Hey.
Going into what the brother
You got it,
said.
you got it.
You know, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Because, yeah, I mean, we are men.
Mm-hmm.
You want women for pleasure, but that shouldn't be the sole reason why you get with a woman. You know? If you want a woman solely on pleasure, get you a concubine.
Yep.
But if you're going to deal with another Israelite woman, that's You can't do that.
Yep.
You gonna have to now you done married her, and now you gotta keep her and take care of this hoe.
She ain't
And
worth
you don't
shit.
know what the fuck she can do. You don't know what type of spirit she got on her. You don't know what qualities she have. You don't know nothing about this bitch. You was just so concerned with her physique.
And the cold part, a lot of Jake get with a woman like that. In what moment? When they not in their right mind, they drinking on drugs or whatever. Get in the heat of the moment, they done made a lifetime commitment to somebody that they don't really want to be attached to.
Man, though, what they say, one moment, 1 second of pain.
One moment of pleasure.
1 second of pleasure.
Lifetime of pain.
A lifetime of pain.
Yeah.
That's come on, man. That's a heavy saying, man.
Like in the South, they say she ain't worth the whiskey.
Yep. Exactly.
Because what? Yeah, that it's gonna be good, you know, to drink. Hey, but that you gonna be drinking for another purpose soon, man.
Jake being reckless with their seed, man.
Yep.
You gotta be careful. All these Jakes commit murder suicide.
Yep.
That's because they didn't have the wisdom.
And mental health is an issue now.
And those are the ones that we just see on social media. We're not speaking on the ones that it just happened in a small town in rural Iowa or somewhere in Indiana where shit don't make the news because it wasn't on Facebook Live. That shit is happening, and it's happening rapidly. And these women are really going to start getting judged out here.
There's a lot of women going missing too.
That been happening. You know?
Yeah. And there's a lot of these men that's in their lives. That's why the prime suspect is always the husband. When a woman goes missing, her boyfriend or the husband is the first one the prime suspect.
They're like that Edomite woman.
He's the man of interest every time.
Yep. He has to be cleared before.
Trying to get her to stay.
Yeah.
This back in Sirach 26.
See, this wisdom would prevent you from these things happening. You know, if the men knew this more, they would be more careful where they put their seed. And then these women, they wouldn't put themselves in these situations, man, where they're provoking their husbands to this level of anger, where their husbands is taking their asses out, man. If women were pleasing their men, you think it would be this surge of murder suicides going on?
No. That's
Kidnappings and all this crazy shit?
That's the last level of comfort in the flesh that Jake have in this captivity.
A woman is supposed to be a pillar of rest to her husband.
Yep. You saw in ancient Egypt, we were the more rigor we had, the more we reproduced from the comfort of that woman. But now that that's being taken away with the way these women are acting and the lifestyle that they live in, Jake is just losing it. Fuck it. If I can't even get the pleasure of a woman, the comforts of a woman, I might as well off her, off myself. Fuck it. I might as well off the kids too.
Yeah, Jake, like, man, this is all I got. Like,
you got shit.
It says in Corinthians, the woman is the glory of the man.
Yeah.
And he can't even get that. What the fuck am I here for?
The scriptures also tell us that a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man as well.
Yeah.
You know?
You right there also.
Yep. Because he chose based off of what he liked. You know, they say when it talks about you attracting.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, attract alike.
Yeah.
It's in the Apocrypha, I believe.
You are what you attract.
Yeah, you are what you attract.
Yeah, man. The Lord will give that over to you. That's what you want. You want one of these IG thoughts. Put the artificially Miss Potato Head put together. It's the thought. She just wants your bread, your money.
Yeah.
Go on ahead. And it seems like them athletes, the main ones that go for it.
Targeted.
Yeah.
Targets.
Yeah.
They still a lot of
Brittany Renner preyed on them dumb niggas.
Yeah.
That's why I don't feel bad for those niggas, man.
No.
PJ Washington.
And that's the thing.
Oh well.
And that's the thing too. They all deal with the same woman.
Yeah.
Hey, they're making all this money, but everybody deal with this one bitch, man.
Yeah.
You got, bro. They can go to a different country.
World. You said the world.
That's what I'm saying. They can go to a different country and go find a woman, man.
Quality women.
Bro, that's gonna serve their men.
You see how Jake been going out to Thailand and shit.
Okay.
Jake going to Thailand and he's in the kingdom already.
All cultures are love.
You know what I'm saying? Jake loses. She making him breakfast.
Yeah.
When he wake up to breakfast and
4 meals a day.
four, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 4
She's
meals.
into whatever he's into.
Yeah.
Like
Whatever you like.
when this comes to America, whatever you like.
Yeah, that's right.
He's getting a real service, man.
Yeah.
At least if you're gonna pay for a woman, man, get you a woman that's gonna service you.
Yeah.
These women ain't servicing you, they ain't doing shit for you.
Good.
Hey, that's what Hosea did.
Yep.
Huh.
The prophet Hosea, he got a prostitute. She brought her home,
Cleaned her up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleased her, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, man. We don't actually, we not asking for much, man. Everything we asking, we could do our fucking selves.
He was like Chris Rock. He said,
Yeah, he said,
you know it.
oh shit, I'm trying to think how I go. He said, what do men really want? Food, sex, and silence. Our goals seem attainable. What women want? Everything.
Yeah.
He said, feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up. But that's funny though, that's all really men want. We want to we'll hang out with you a little while, wine and dine a little bit, but then we want to go be by ourselves.
Yeah, we got a purpose.
Especially when we got this word,
Patrice O'Neal was like,
Yeah.
we want you around,
But not
but not
here. You could be in events.
But not here. You could be in events.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But that's people in the world understanding the same thing that all men on earth really want. But women never understand that. I saw a little TikTok short or whatever that the dude from Fresh and Fit said. He was like, when you ask a woman what a man actually wants, they're gonna give you a mirror image of what they want. So they want you to want what they want. They want to give you what they want you to have or what they want, versus what men actually want. They can't tell you what men actually want, and it's real simple. We want obedience. We want you to shut up when it's time to shut up. We want to have fun with you.
We want to have our free time, but our time alone.
Yep.
Some food,
Yep.
food to clean house, and silence, man.
And then you to come around looking nice when you refresh my drink or whatever, So it's
Simple
not hard.
shit, easy.
Jake will jump off the edge of a cliff fighting for you if you can bring those simple things to a man's life. But he don't have to worry about that and go do his daily jobs, Yep.
It's 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found a fountain and drink of every water near her.
Oh my goodness.
Know what that water is.
Yeah. You looking up something?
By every head.
Get that book. Get that that G.
Where you at?
So like 26 and
26
12?
and 12.
Yeah.
This
Get
is
that.
the
Yeah.
GNT.
GNT. Okay.
It says, Sirach 26 and 11. If she is too self-willed, be on guard and don't be surprised if she disappoints you. She'll spread her legs anywhere for any man who wants her, just as a thirsty traveler will drink whatever water is available. Man.
I like that book. I like that. Like, whoo, shit. Because this is a heavy chapter. For them to break that down the right way in there, that's heavy, man.
But it gives you the balance too.
Yep.
You got the godly woman that reverences her husband and the
Yep.
things that is expected of her versus the shameless woman,
Yep.
the ungodly woman.
Yep.
The
That's
shameless
beautiful about
woman,
that
she don't
chapter.
give a shit.
Yep.
She'll do what she do whatever she pleases, man. That's
Yep.
why Paul said it. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man.
And to bring it more context, you read that scripture says she will open her legs. You could the Most High the prophets equated that to Israel also. How Israel had all these gods and jumping from this god to this god. What does that scripture say? Israel's gods were
Many.
many.
Man, so were
Like
their
the cities
gods.
of Judah.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
one.
that's
As the
how-
cities are many, so are their gods.
That's how Israel was. For a long period of time where they was jumping from this to this. I'm atheist now. I practice Buddhism. I'm back into Christianity. Jake was just all over the place, just as a woman that's all over the place. Letting any man in and unto her. That was Israel.
Hey, kind.
But we're repenting from that, and we're coming back. You know now.
So line back off what you're saying as well. It's a balance to it too. Hey, because majority, when you look at the majority of the men of our nation, hey, they're messed up, man. That's why the Lord is taking back what that remnant, man, the 144,000. Hey, what's the same for our women? Yeah, majority of the women in our nation are through. Hey, but you do have those sisters that believe, man. Right. You know.
Yeah, the Lord is he's setting his people in order, but it's starting with the elect.
Yeah.
The women are, they're being stirred up in way of remembrance. They're getting back, and then the men we're being returned back to being men again.
Right.
The Lord said to remember yourselves, to remember to show yourselves men. Now we're coming back into manhood.
Right.
And what is the duty of a man? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. You know.
I want to make this.
Now we're seeking the old path.
Yep.
We're going back to the old way.
That's
what made us, which is the good way. Demons out here.
I almost hit that man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Lord is bringing back the spirit of manhood within Israel, man. That's why you even seeing the growth of that, manosphere thing going on YouTube. Well, really, what kickstarted that whole spirit? Israel.
Yep.
We was on there before Tommy Sotomayor and
Yep.
Fresh and all that, all them dudes that's on there now. The apostles was already on YouTube telling you about the nature of the woman.
Yeah.
We was going into all that, man. We was cussing women out on the street, and people hated those men for that.
Yep.
Received all type of threats and everything.
Yeah.
Now you talk about it. Now you getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You getting super chats, donations.
What is that shit called? They get Patreon. What's it?
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
You Red Pill, MGTOW, Igmore. You got all of this now. But when this was unfashionable, men wasn't calling out women like that 20 years ago. Now it's a norm that men are calling women out. And now they have an angle. And then some men even have an angle if they're using the Bible to help them call it out. Well, where'd that come from? Like you said, the apostles and their elders been doing this for decades, man.
Yeah, these dudes in that community, they got that ego pride thing going. They got all this back and forth going on about who was here kicking the knowledge first and all this other bullshit. The Most High is who first kicked the... Come on, man.
Thank you.
The words of the Most High tells you. Okay? This is a manosphere book. All right? This book right here, man. It tells you to gird up your loins like a man. It tells you that the head of the woman is the man. It tells you all that. But what happened? What went wrong? The devil is in power. He turned everything upside down.
Yeah.
So now, guess what? The woman rules over the man. Get that in Isaiah 3.
Somebody,
What verse?
3 and 12.
So Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path.
There it is. Everything been turned upside down, man. So now you under the power of the serpent. He's pretty much a child. He's insignificant. He's younger, and he's oppressing us. And then you got his pitchfork, his guard dog. She rules over you. You see, whether she be judge, whether she be first lady. That might not be. That might not be first lady, but
But that's what the title that the so-called black woman holds in the church.
Yeah.
I'm the first lady, sister so and so, and all. They love all that shit, man.
Yeah, that's how she rules over you, man. She's big mama. She's queen.
Yeah.
All these titles, man. They're basically telling you, hey, I'll rule over you.
Yep.
And that's right, because look at Jake. Feminine, emotional, irrational. You know?
Not taking accountability for your own actions.
Yeah.
That's what we push over here. Take accountability for your own actions and change it up, man. Start doing repent, basically. You know?
Yeah, man. A lot of dudes that got a problem with being corrected or rebuked, they was raised under their mom. You know? They was raised under their mother. That's where the energy comes from, man. You're supposed to be able to take correction. That comes from a masculine energy, man. The man represents the discipline aspect of raising a child. You know? That's why the scriptures say, honor your father and your mother.
It said in Sirach, I believe Sirach, it says the father establisheth an inheritance.
The household.
Yeah, household.
The blessings of the father establishes the house. The household.
But the mother, the ways of the mother, was it?
The curse of the mother rooted out foundations.
Yep. It is. You know, and that's exactly what happens. So that balance is unbalanced, and what happens to the people that these young men, I'll say that loose termed, when they've been raised by their mother, when they get corrected, what do? They lash out.
Yep.
They lash out. Yep. With all that testosterone, they lash back out like they want the smoke, but really they're just being emotional and they're soft and weak. Taking the correction and assessing yourself of where that real strength lies at. You know, that's where you really see the strength of a man that can say, you know what, I'm fucking up. Let me check myself first before I get on the person checking me, and now to get myself aligned with the right way. That's why this ain't for everybody, because there's a lot of checking that comes in this thing. It seems like Great Millstone, bro. It seems like Great Millstone is always checking people, but you don't know how hard we check ourselves.
Right.
You have something?
Oh, real quick. Sirach 30:8. A horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful.
Oh, examples. Alizar, Sakari, self-will. Who are the elders now?
Right.
Ask them that. Go on their comment board one day and be like, who are y'all elders? Because it ain't Apostle Tahar and Gabar and them who taught them. Because if that's your elder, you wouldn't talk to them that way. When they come down on you and correct you and rebuke you, you're not going to turn back and rebuke your own parent, your own fathers. Self-will. Then they came up under HODC. That was their elders.
When they got
when they got rebuked. You see that?
My last Passover,
Well, that's because the leader of that group, he didn't have a father. I mean, he has a father.
He didn't have a man.
But he didn't have a manly presence to guide him. You know?
And that was by design by Eve. He creates that situation by design. He likes that dynamic happening within our people, because what does it do? That's why the prison system is full of our men.
Yeah, it is.
Making emotional decisions, you know, and all the like and the such. And then what do they breed? They breed that same carnal spirit that we started off talking about. You know, versus analyzing yourself and then moving in the spirit. Hey, the time we're coming into, moving in the spirit is gonna take some self-sacrifice versus the reactions of moving in carnally in the flesh.
Okay.
And moving in the flesh in these times, we should all know, will get you killed. You have more? That was bad.
That's the straight.
You was holding something?
I want to grab. Well, we can kind of pass, but I'll go back to what that brother had. I was going to yeah, it passed. I let that go. Because you mentioned about the Most High's. We've been the Most High's woman, and then a woman not being with a man no more. So that's gone. He was reading in
Sirach 26.
Sirach 26.
Sirach 26?
Yeah. He was around 13, right, bro?
Okay.
Yep. It says, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fat his bones.
Man. Now you could tell, man. If a man is being treated good at home, it's gonna show in his countenance.
Yeah.
You know, she feeding him, you know, good healthy meals. You know what I'm saying? She's you know,
Tends to his needs.
she's tending to his needs, encouraging him. He's that burden, that stress ain't gonna be as heavy on him.
Yeah.
But a lot of men, when they get married with women, and I think it tells you in that same chapter, if a woman maintain her husband, she becomes full of anger and impudence and reproach.
I'm right here. It's in chapter 4.
And when she started to get to that level where she started to despise you, that's where, you know, the attitudes and the nagging and, you know.
And what brings that attitude on is all the different men's spirits from that chimerism we were talking about earlier.
And now his bones ain't being fattened. His health is actually deteriorating, taking on that stress. Why you think that, like when you see these average couples or people that are married, if they've been married a long time, why is it that the husband always died before the wife? And normally he'll die like, she'll outlive him by like 20, 30 years. Like you'll have an older woman, she was married to her husband 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus years. He died when they were like in their 50s or 60s. Now she's in her 80s, still alive. He died way like 30 years ago. That and I see a lot of that happening. Like that's a common thing. You know, that's because at some point something happened. Them curses start to settle in. That evil eye, you know, it's not what it was in the beginning of the marriage or relationship when everything was all good and nice and, you know, she used to cook them good ass meals, but now she like, I'm a microwave something for her.
What did it say? What did King Solomon write in with Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter? Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from it. Hey, no better escape than death.
Hell yeah.
You know, how many men that didn't got divorced?
Death is better than continual sickness.
That ain't that right? How many men that been divorced? That's like, I ain't getting married again. I ain't going down that road again. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, just like it's supposed to be the happiest time of your life when you get that help me brought unto you. But Jake despised that moment. Yeah. Sometimes the best way to appease that is through death. Somebody have something? I got something. Sirach 25, and I'm gonna kind of read through it, but you jump in wherever you please. But verse 13 says, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart." Talking about that stress, right? It says, "And any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman."
Man, hey, cause that's, and like we was talking about earlier, how, you know, Jacob find out that woman is creeping, or Jacob even catch him in the act. He'll have a hidden camera in his home, and just getting it all caught on film. And then he returns home and pops up on him. And then when he confronts her, she talking shit.
Yeah.
She playing victim and shit.
Well, if you would have did this, I wouldn't be out here. Like, he's one of his.
And you hear it in his voice, man. He sound like hurt, real hurt, man.
Broken.
Broken heart. That's what broken heart is. When they talk about your heart being your mind, your mind is broken. You can't get past. You know what? When you're broken hearted, what it be? You visualize this bitch laid up with another man, you know, doing all the nasty shit she do to you to another man. How she gonna be cooking all your favorite dishes for this nigga and shit. You know, all this type of stuff really what plays men's minds.
She doing shit with him that she did with you before.
Yeah, better and shit. Like, man.
Like, nigga, I didn't teach you this. Where you learn this at?
You
know, like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah, cut it. You doing it like that before you left for the world, wasn't you? Make you feel like a real man.
Hey, that's a real ass movie, man.
That's a real ass movie.
It hurt, yeah.
It hurt because it hurt me when he knocked him down the stairs.
Yeah,
all in
his
man,
mouth.
that was like, damn.
Suck on his pistol, nigga. Yeah. Like, damn, man. You know, you 2-time loser.
It's a multiple L's.
L's, man.
Like, he never got that back. He never got that lick back, man.
He had to choke her the fuck out, man.
You don't even know.
She deserved worse than that.
Yeah.
She was really
She was
technically
stoned.
she was supposed to be put to death.
Well, we stoned. We was talking about being beheaded versus being stoned. That stoned is worse, bro.
Hell yeah.
Because you just taking them hits and they hurt. And you can't even.
Yeah.
So that's an example of you being hardened about the situation that you are more with the righteousness of a situation than your emotions of the situation. You know, so to stone your own daughter, to stone your own wife, man, that's heavy. And she got to sit there and take all them L's. You know, and then you got to deliver that finishing blow. Man, the ancient world.
But it was what was the purpose?
Right.
A
to put
rebuke
fear.
all.
To put away evil from among us.
Yeah. So the others
That was
might
what
fear.
that's why, man.
Yeah.
But who's in power right now? The man of sin, the man of lawlessness. The law never goes forth. So you can't. So judgment can't happen. Not under his watch.
He holds the book.
But yet he holds the book. That's why it says, "Unto the wicked, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?"
Seeing that thou hatest instruction
And
thou-
cast my word behind thee, man. You catch your woman in the act, you're supposed to be able to put her lights out, man. Yeah, one Issachar, and it looked like it was in L.A. where he rode up on his woman in her car, riding some other nigga butt ass naked at a fucking taco stand.
Man.
I think they was like in the parking lot of a taco shop or something. She was riding this motherfucker butt ass naked
Broad daylight.
in broad daylight, and you can hear the hurt in his voice. Get off of him, you know. took the tacos and threw the tacos and shit, man. Get off of him, like no, and she just sat there like nigga, like
She said, I don't love you.
you fucking it up
Yeah.
for me. I'm trying to.
She was trying to finish.
She was trying to finish. She had no regard for that
She was
dude.
trying to finish. She finally had to tell him, like, yo, I don't love you. You know? That was like the last.
Yeah, that's the
that fear that should be there is not there.
See, that murder-suicide spirit
Yeah.
would have normally got on him.
Yeah.
He would've
And it's not to justify that, but hey, jealousy is the rage of a man.
God,
All
bro.
things are lawful, but not expedient. You know, we're not saying to
Come.
go out and do that, but knowing that she gonna get judged, man. The Most High is not gonna let that slide. So be comforted that the Most High, and you ain't gotta go serve prison time or off yourself or whatever. That the Most High gonna get her. You know. I'm gonna keep reading this because I always was wondering why is this in this part, but it's in this for a reason. After 13, I'm gonna read 13 and read it down a little more. So give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. And just say that she's our enemy. So it correlates this continually even unto the woman. I mean, even though it's talking about more than
Revenge
that.
from a woman, that's the worst
Once
type
you
of,
become
that's
an enemy
damn
of
near
a
the worst.
woman, it's
Scorned
become
woman. Like say you win a custody battle with your kids, watch what she gonna try to do. Now you've actually had women have their current boyfriend kill the son's father because he got custody of the children. He tried to come over and pick his kid up, and here come the boyfriend, like, get the fuck out of here, nigga, she don't want you around. And then next thing you know, they get into a fight, and then now he pulls out and kills the father.
Wasn't there a video? Remember there was a video of the guy was trying to see his son and the nigga came out?
Yeah.
Bigger, stronger than them.
And there's several videos like
that
that.
happened every day in J community though, man.
You can't even go and see your own flesh and blood, man, your own child, man.
That's
Cause she mad at you.
Yeah.
She wants revenge on you.
It was a video. It was a video. It was this Jake. He said, "Yeah, my wife is right there. You know, she won the custody." He was smiling and all that, and he was like, "Yeah, there she go right there." He ran in the crib and murked her, yo,
Today's the
with a
day.
smile on his face, bro.
Today's the day. It was that video.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that was
Today's the
one.
day.
Today's the day. I realized where all this depression and stress came from.
Yeah.
And so, you know.
No, they painted him as like I won't say a pedophile, but they
So she lied and
she
said that
lied
he
and shit.
molested her.
That shit get to Jake, man. Jake is like,
Yeah.
Kids,
like fuck this bitch. You know?
and the court believing it, it's fucked up. It continues to say, there's no head above the head of a serpent, and there's no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I had rather dwell with a lion and a
We know
dragon.
Esau's coming down with wrath. Right?
See, that's going to be the main snitch on the men of the Lord, is the men of the Lord ex-women.
Oh, yeah.
It says, I had rather
I
dwell with
remember that Hebrew Israelite stuff he was into.
That's a cult.
That's a cult. They talk about, you know, women need to be in order and this and that.
So-called white man's the devil.
There might be some of them women that be like, why that they be on YouTube talking about why I left the Hebrew Israelite.
I used to be a Hebrew
Or why I
Israelite,
used to be a Hebrew Israelite. And they come on there and they give their little sob stories and shit.
Yep.
You know, some of them gonna be a part of that, man. Trying to, you know, give brothers up. You know? Go ahead, man.
Yep, it says, anyway, it says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changes her face.
JB, that's another thing, man. JB getting their ass beat by that woman. Yeah. Especially Eve, because she the most masculine one.
Yeah, bro.
She be up there talking them balls on
She
you.
be beating Jake up, man.
Yeah. Oh, it was a video, bro. Jake got, I think Jake, his woman committed adultery on him.
Yeah.
And he was on live, bro, and he was basically like singing a song, bro, and she just came behind him and just slapped him, bro.
He was hurt, bro.
He was hurt, bro.
That shit hurt me.
And she was still beating his ass.
Yeah, I saw it.
I just seen the one hit when he was trying to do that song. When he kind of looked over. Straight up. You don't have to kill me in here for that song, man. Anyway, I want to go into that. It says, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Stained, her face becomes stained.
She become darkened, man. Them spirits get on her. She start growing darker and darker, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel that energy on them.
And I was thinking about this behind the camera. Why is this coming out now? Because the big fold of men has to come into this thing, and this is a big stumbling block for a lot of men, getting over this woman, and the wicked woman. You know, you gotta be what you gotta. It literally says you have to lose everything, and then the Most High replace those things that are important. You know that you need, but you have to first give up everything. When Peter asked, we gave up everything. What therefore shall we have? He went into forsaken houses and wives and children and mother and father, and he went down a list, and the woman was on that. You got to be willing to give up all of that for this thing. Not saying that you have to, but you got to be willing to. And some people actually have to go through that to prove that they're willing to give it up. And so we're just showing you, the Bible understood what you would be going through and why you would come back to the Heavenly Father in the righteous way. And if the woman don't want to come, then leave her ass, man. You know, she gonna inhibit you from earning your salvation. Hey, then get away from her. But if you be pleased to dwell with her, and she ain't putting hell and stopping you from the truth, hey, then just chill.
Deal with her according to knowledge.
Yeah. You know?
Hey, the Lord said, seek ye the kingdom first, and all these things shall be added unto thee. If you ain't got no woman now, you're gonna get them later.
Yeah.
You're gonna get them for sure.
Yeah, don't trip on
Plenty
that.
of them.
We're going to get them on this side, Isaiah 4:1.
Yeah.
Before we about it, they gonna show up.
And guess what? They're gonna reverence you too, like the scriptures say. They're gonna fear you, man.
It's beautiful because we talk about all these wicked women, and then in the 26th chapter it shows the balance of the good women. Hey, those good women are there. The Most High has created those women. They're there. They're waiting for the real men of the Lord to be activated, for them to come alive and be joined unto them. And the wicked ones,
Virtuous woman does exist.
yeah, there are virtuous women, as good as they can be on this side. They're way better than the wicked ones, that when they get changed over, they're going to be perfect also, but they're going to be worthy to be joined unto you, to be changed over, when the time comes. So we're not saying that there's no women to forget about them. We're simply saying just deal with them in wisdom and see that the pitfalls of wicked women don't catch you and uproot you off this truth. If a lot of men are on the fence, well, this should get you off that fence and get you toward what you're really looking for in life. It says, it says, The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband sinned among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. And when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Hey, and it was funny. I used to be like, dang, you be talking to your friend, you see some shit she do, but more so your neighbors, your next door neighbors hear y'all going back and forth and arguing. That's how, damn, he over catching hell next door, man. I be feeling bad for him. Or I hear her on the phone with her girlfriends or her mama or something talking shit about it. These things still play out, man. Through the script, the Most High got this pegged to a T. He knows his people. You know, it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. It lets you know if you fucking up, you're gonna be giving them to that type of woman.
That speaks volumes, man.
Yeah.
Like Ahab, he was a wicked demon. That's why the Lord gave him Jezebel. You know? She was a complete demon, man. You know, she just had total control.
And then you got a bunch of Jezebels.
You got Jezebels out right now.
Out there just doing.
You got some of them in Israel too, claiming to be prophetess and all that shit.
Seen that one quick.
Watchman report, Deborah, whatever her name is, that's a Jezebel. The one that came out and tried to defend Rap the News, her and her simp ass husband. You got that out there, man. You got dudes breaking down the scriptures right alongside they woman, going into the scriptures, man, rebuking other men. Talking about, oh, that scripture don't mean that a woman can prophesy and teach the men. Like what?
She's telling dudes to pull precepts.
Yeah. Hey, it was groups that actually had their women out at camp. What is y'all doing? Yeah, they really sitting. Some of them, the good ones, was sitting on the side.
Till some shit break out.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. But some shit break out, and then what happened? Now your women and children out there on the streets of the battlefield and gotta get into this brawl. Save your simple ass, man. You know? It says a little more. It says, as the climbing up a sandy way to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Oof.
Heavy. A man like to be contemplative and think, what she gonna do? She gonna make you overthink it till you confuse yourself until you all fucked up in the head. I had a friend in the world like that, man. You know, I used to kick it with, man. This woman would I'm gonna tell y'all the real scenario on it. This woman, when he wanted to go out, she talked shit to him to where he felt bad, where if he did go, where he wouldn't want to go, but if he did go, he wouldn't even have a good time. The moment she want to go out, she cut her phone off. Now she argued with him, cut her phone off when she go out. So now he's sitting at home contemplating what the fuck am I gonna do? She tripping and this and that. And she out, got her phone off, having a good time. He can't even fight it. That's how she was doing all the time.
Hey,
like,
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
You need to go out. You need to go out and nah, man.
No matter what color you are, He loves everybody.
All right, you that ain't in the Bible. Anyway, that's what it's come down to. And then Jesus freaks running up the street. We'll just throw that out at you. No scripture. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
We had some drugs, he'd be like, oh yeah. We had some pills to give his ass. Spice.
Yeah. It says, stumble not at the beauty. We read this, right? Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. You know, when you get a woman, man, the number one thing that you shouldn't have on your agenda is when you can't wait to pop her. That shouldn't be the one thing that you got her for. That's what concubines are for. You know, you play thing, but your woman that you really in your bosom with, you know, that you're real close with, you gotta have her with her mind right.
That mindset just makes baby mamas, man.
Yep.
You just want a baby mama at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. If all you desiring is just that one thing from that woman, and knowing what comes from that, you're seeking a baby mama, man. That's all. That's
seeking trouble with E in his court system.
Yeah, that's all.
The kids' conflict.
You bringing trouble on yourself.
Yeah. It continues to read. Here's what you mentioned earlier. A woman, if she maintain her husband, tries to control him, right? Is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Back talk, and just, you know, questioning your authority and all of that.
She gets all bold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Because back in the ancient world, a woman, when she would talk to her husband, she would talk with her head down. Today, she's looking you in your eyes and shit. Nose up, like squared up. Yeah, she squares up with you.
I've been squared up with a woman.
Yeah,
man.
They square up, man.
Masculine breakdown.
Heavier than me.
What you gonna do?
You gonna hit me? I dare you, nigga.
She do something. She push you do something.
Yeah. You ain't gonna touch me, nigga. I'll call such and such to come over here, you know?
Damn, who said that in that song? It was Barney Artist. He said, "I'm walking away. It looks like defeat. Being the bigger person looks like defeat. Cause we know what'll happen if a man handle a woman like you would a man.
There's no match.
It's not a match. But you walk away and do the right thing. So the whole tribulation you bringing upon yourself dealing in that realm of energy with a woman, you know, you gonna get thrown under the damn jail cell, man."
If I might add, I seen a video last night. There was these Elamites. There was two of them. They was going in on the Elamite dudes, and the dude, of course you couldn't understand what they were saying, but the dude was like basically like trying to tell you like stop. So the one Elamite chick grabbed the stick out the other one hand and started hitting the dude, and then they went in on him. They started beating on them, start beating the Elamite chicks up. Basically, like they didn't watch too many Western movies or something.
Yo, the women, yeah.
Yeah, they been watching some of Black Widow and shit, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Captain Marvel and shit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What was
I
you
was
at?
at 22.
25 and 22?
Yep, 25 and 22, yeah.
Okay. That was it?
Nah, a little more, I read a little more. 23, it says, "A wicked woman abated the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart."
A broken heart.
Yeah.
And that's why when he goes through that, he's taking years off of his life.
Yep.
He's taking years away from him. You know? She always loud and embarrassing to him. She getting him into all type of situations, don't know how to be civil when they go places in public. Talking shit to other men. Basically trying to get him in some drama.
Every night I gotta fight for my love.
Yeah.
You know, let me read
A lot of women be getting their dudes stomped out, killed.
Thrown in prison.
Just because they don't know how to control they don't know how to control themselves, man. And then if let's say, you know, something do happen and he defends her and he loses the fight but he still defended her, when they at home and they arguing, she finna bring up how you got beat up and rub it in your face.
It was her fault.
You don't get me, huh? You should hit that nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all seen that movie Where the Gun? The opening scene to the movie Where the Gun. These guys leaning up on the car. They're like, "Hey man, get the fuck off my car!" So they come over there, and the man and his girl get out of line and go into a club or whatever. And she's talking shit. Talking all this shit. And he said, "Man, shut this bitch up before I start her head, right?" And everybody laughing and shit. "Yeah, whatever. We're gonna do the man dance, and I'm gonna whoop your ass." The car that they're leaning on. So when the fight actually started, he just knocked her straight out. And that, you know, she's like, "Oh my God, you broke my nose." But the point is, she was the one that took it to that level from talking all that shit. And then they all got beat up, but that's, you know, and they went to jail and shit. But that was, you know, that goes to the movie. Yeah, the beginning of that movie is a cold movie because it shows you what happens when a woman just keeps running her mouth and gets you into some shit that you ain't ready for. That's Eve, man. That's this damn nigga woman that love to do that shit and stir that type of shit up. Cause she like that drama and that contention energy around her. Her life
she attracts that shit.
My fucking sisters into that shit, man.
They love chaos. Step out with your husband with some fishnets on. Just so you just begging for that
man
attention.
Come up to just, you know, came drunk or whatever.
At the club.
Yeah, the club dancing all up on her, and you don't know.
You gonna wear some provocative shit. Cause you trying to get a reaction out of men. Just to disrespect your husband. And now he gotta, you know, and then you gonna call him insecure. You know? When you insecure now, you know, they love to throw that word at you. Yeah.
Let me hit this. It's 2 more verses. Then you got.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get these two.
It's 23 says, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
Yep.
A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. That everything you do is based upon them 2 things in the flesh. Your hands, if you don't have no strength in your hands, you know, what are you good for? If you don't have any strength in your knees, what are you good for? And that's what women will do. They will break you down like that to where you can't complete nothing and you can't move to walk a certain way, you know? And I don't mean physically walk, I mean doing things, you know?
What was that one song by R. Kelly? When he said, I can't breathe.
I can't breathe without you.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
Hey, the scriptures say, give not thy strength unto a woman, man. You're not supposed to give your strength to her like that, man. If she gonna do some shit that's gonna have you stressing, it's best to just walk away, man. Save yourself, man.
For real, that's it.
And we ain't saying this to, you know, because we always gotta mention, we don't hate women.
Right.
We have wives. So we don't hate women, but we just have to give it to you straight.
Yeah.
This is what the scriptures say concerning these women, especially these modern women.
Okay.
And then so we take all of these and see that as mine enemy and wrap it right into that. Shall be trod down as a mine.
She's getting ready to get judged, man.
Yeah.
That's why these things are coming out.
So free yourself from that same captivity, you know, that she's under, the same mind state, and come back to the righteous ways and the righteous mind state so that you can escape that. It says 24, then you got it. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And when you said the man is a few days or he taking years off his life, yeah, all that leads you right to death. Because she gonna lead you into an occasion to sin in the flesh, which is gonna lead you to death.
Back in Sirach 26, in verse 26, this is in the GNT translation. It says, a wife who honors her husband will seem wise to everyone, but if she dishonors him by her overbearing attitude, everyone will know that she is ungodly. Fortunate is the husband of a good wife, because he will live twice as long. I had to get that one.
What verse was that?
The 26th verse.
Let me read
Sirach 26.
Read the first verse of that one. It says similar thing.
Wait, the what?
The first verse of the 26th chapter.
Okay, 26 and 1, it says, the husband of a good wife is a fortunate man. He will live twice as long because of her.
Because he only got to do half the shit. He ain't got to go cook. He may have to go hunt the food or pick it or whatever, but he ain't got to cook it. He could be resting. He could be doing something else with his time. Massages. And massages are huge. Huge.
Lack of stress.
Man, that's huge. I need one.
It says, a fine wife is a joy to her husband, and he can live out his years in peace. Let me go back down. In contrast, now you're dealing with the wicked woman. It says, a loudmouth, talkative woman is like a trumpet sounding the signal for attack. And any man who has such a wife will spend his life at war.
You just spoke about that.
You at war,
constantly.
Man. That's that contention, man.
When a brother
you will have what Apostle Paul say?
You
will have trouble in the flesh. That's war, man.
A man that's born of a woman is a few days full of trouble in a few days. John 14. Yep. You're gonna have troubles, man, and like tying it back into the lesson that the elder Muwatzazak did, that chimerism, man, that tension of that woman having that DNA in her.
That's that war.
That's what that war. The funniest
one with them spirits.
The funniest was what Elder Yashwama said years ago. He said, "Damn Royal Rumble in her spirit, man. All these men's spirits on her, trying to play King of the Hill, and now you the new guy coming in the ring with all these people fighting. You got interest music coming in. You got to fight 29 other niggas, man. You know, other spirits.
You gotta fight her Islam spirit, her pro-black African queen spirit, her Christian spirit,
her mama's trifling ass ways, spirit. You know.
You gotta fight that thug nigga spirit that comes out every once in a while.
Fucking molester uncle spirit that was on there. I'm just saying.
Shit. Hey, that's raw.
Like that, though.
That's super raw.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's super raw,
like
but
that,
that's real shit.
You know? Trying to find that's why we gotta stop looking toward them for comfort, man. The comfort is in these streets. Comfort is knowing those that did you wrong gonna get their payment. The comfort is knowing that we got a way out of this thing.
This gonna give us peace. This gives us our peace, man. You know, and in the kingdom, that's when we're gonna really get peace. That's and now one woman, all these things that we're talking about, not one Israelite woman is gonna be like that.
Right.
They ain't gonna have none of those characteristics, man. They all gonna be the virtuous woman in Proverbs 31.
Yeah.
Our hearts are gonna be changed. Our minds. The Lord's gonna put the law, statutes, and judgments into us, both the man and the woman.
I left off.
So it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. We're gonna get to finally connect with each other.
What was the word we used earlier?
Parabon.
The parabon, man. Where the real connection happens, and she can really have something. You really gonna have that special connection
with each of your women.
Yeah.
With each of them.
I was careful not to say that, but she gonna have it only with you. And that's what's really important to the situation. That she only had that connection with you. You know? So I'm gonna hit a couple good, and to wrap it up. Back in 26, Sirach 26, verse 13, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fat his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind will not be valued. You can't put a price on that, man. It's invaluable. That she's content, not trying to be out there with every other situation. She's contented just being with you. Let me see if there's any more that are pretty good on that. That was pretty much the point.
That's the point.
Yeah.
So, hey, the Spirit had us get on you women. I didn't anticipate it, but hey, that's just how it goes.
But really, it's for you to check yourself.
Yeah. That's Spirit too. You know?
Yes.
Valentine's and all that shit.
It's to check yourself.
Around this time of the year, that Spirit gets heavy.
Yeah,
Queen of Heaven, you know, Mother's Day, and then all this, all this other shit. So, yeah, man. Hey, war is coming, man. Judgment is coming. We're in that time, man. So keep your head on a swivel. Be and detach from this world. Detach from this freaking world, man, because it's getting ready to end in bloodshed. It's getting ready to end in missile smoke. All right.
Be warned.
I
just want to say this real quick. Be warned, and the point of bringing this out, for you men seeing that your woman is wicked and you kind of along that way with her, hey, it's okay to change up. If she don't want to change with you, you can let her go. And also the other side for you women, that you read scriptures about wicked women and that look like you. Here's your chance to make your change on the repentance also. So it's also a thing of tough love to you as well.
Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone rule well, peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
No.